what happened.
I guess this is how the stream works on X as well. Because I'm like I said, I put the X and the YouTube. I'm just trying it out just to see. Since I'm paying for the damn X as well.
It put us in vertical mode, I guess. That's
yeah,
weird.
like on I guess for X, that's how you could set it up. It's like what's recommended for X.
Huh.
It's weird. I don't know.
I've never
like I said, I'm just trying it out.
Yeah, go for it. I've never seen it. I'm just seeing myself twice now in the background. I'm like, what is happening? What is this?
Yeah, because we're on X as well. We pimping, dude. We pimping right now. What you talking about?
We're all over the place. We're multi-streaming.
That's what that $11 a month does for you when you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, there you go. $11. Brutal.
I'm telling you, that's what that $11 for that blue mark, for that blue check. I'm official.
So, I don't remember what.
What's up, stream? How's everybody doing?
I don't remember what clip this is. We're gonna play it anyway.
I'm gay.
I'm a lesbian.
I am actually pansexual.
I am transgender.
With that, we can add.
I don't know. They're the ones. The trans hate me right now, so that was a bad clip. That was a bad clip.
I had no idea. I didn't. I forgot where it ended because that's one of the clips that Rockefeller added, and I was like, "What is this one again?" Like, it's just labeled "I'm racist?" ? And I was like, "It has to be funny. It has to be a little funny."
I'm far from racist, but I am, I guess, transphobic. So, yeah, you look like a Sith Lord tonight. What's up with that, Angel? What's up with the hoodie?
Yes, I am. It's cold. Yeah, I'm in New York. It's 30-something degrees right now. It's cold as hell. Yeah, I got a bald head. Like, I'm just trying to stay warm.
Syfaxx's timeline. Am I ruining yours? I've been ruining Syfax's timeline. Am I ruining yours too? An X, yeah.
Nah, I'm trying to get my engagement stuff. I'm trying to get monetized on X.
How do you get monetized? Don't you have to have like a certain amount of impressions or something?
Yeah, you gotta have like within 3 months you have to like have like 3 million impressions, and like it's basically that's all you have to do is get the impressions.
No, you
once you get that, you already got everything else.
No, you have to pay.
He's already paying.
Well, I'm already paying for it. I'm paying.
Oh, okay, yeah, because I could get it. I could get monetized. Oops, sorry, guys.
Yeah, you see,
I could get monetized, but I don't want to pay for the premium. So
yeah, I think I had the premium when it was like $7 or something. I had it for a few months, and just having that alone, like your engagement does go up a lot. Like I would just say random comments, and I would get random responses. Now I comment on something, and nobody responds to anything, and I'm like, that check mark really puts you to the top of the list. Like, it's
I'm gonna say this: I'm getting more followers. To be honest with you, like more people have been engaging with me and following me on page. So shout out to everybody that's been doing that.
Who has the cops?
Who do you think? The one in New York.
It's the Bronx. Come on, man. Like, I try.
Yeah. The only thing loud out near me is the train. The train goes by like once every hour, one of the metro trains, and it's just like, I mean, luckily I have a noise gate on, so most of the time you guys don't hear anything outside of where I'm talking within like 3 feet. But it's like I'll be trying to listen to people, and it's just like whoa, all crazy in the back. I'm like, motherfucking goddamn it again. It's like every 45 minutes. It's really annoying. So anytime I've done those really long streams, I'm getting a train beat down, dude. And that's not what it means. Pause. Like, not kidding. Terrible.
I would show my face, but I just woke up from a nap, and my boobs are hanging out of my shirt basically, and my hair is a mess. I look ragged. So
that sounds like exactly what everyone would like to see on a Friday night. You're muted. You're muted, Angel.
Oh God, I gotta get. I'm just tripping. Yeah, I'm saying the same thing as Syfaxx. Like, yo, who wouldn't want to see that? Like,
it's like, oh, I look messed up and like my tits are hanging out. Nobody wants to see that. It's like everybody in chat's like, that's exactly what we came to see. What are you talking about?
No.
Oh, man.
Hey, Syfaxx, did you see that picture on X with the X-Men? Supposedly an image of them on the Doomsday set.
The background set one.
No, the one with the whole like the cast supposedly of X-Men, like
Oh, they're all at like the makeup chairs and stuff, right? Kind of like
yeah.
I saw it for like a second, and I think Jeremy or somebody commented on it and was like,
I'm gonna send you the
"Oh,
link real
why
quick
is
so you can pull it up.
you should be able to? You can't do it in the background. Okay.
I don't know if I have that power
Well,
with you.
well,
Let me see. I
you
can
won't be able to
share
pull it up, but you can share it, and then I can add it.
Yeah, it's up there now. There you go.
There you go. All right. We just need to make it larger. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, make it harder. Mm-hmm.
It's not a
my computer be acting funky when it goes forward like that.
Oh, Channing Tatum is there? I thought that was just a
But
rumor.
I think that's the biggest that I could get it. Yeah. Channing
I don't like the
Tatum.
double thing. What is
You know
up
what
with
gets me
this? The
mad?
long
It's
version and
seeing
the-
this right here.
It's what's her name? Rebecca Romaine or something?
Rebecca Ramos. Is she's
Yeah,
that
Rebecca
dress?
Stone.
Ramos.
You know, she's sued to keep.
Yeah.
She's sued to keep that last name. What's his face's last name? Because when they got
John
divorced,
It's
Stamos?
pissing me off that
wanted
she's
her to
fully
change it.
dressed.
Yeah,
it's like
She's fully dressed though.
Yeah, that's not
She
a
looks
great
old.
sign. It's like, but it's like if you've seen new pictures of her, she looks pretty good for her age. She's like 50 something, and
Yeah, but
she's
everything
like,
sags though.
sure,
Man,
but you
it's not
touch
what
it
it
up in
is.
post, like.
I don't know. Yeah,
Well,
it's a good pick. I mean,
could be
some
that. I
people
mean-
think it's AI though. A lot of people saying that they think it's an AI pick.
I mean, the only way that I could see that it's
You can run
AI,
it through. See if it
yeah,
is.
you might be able to do that, but it's like, what is it? It's like all them
I
on
do
the
have
same
Gronk.
day.
Let's see.
I
got Gronk. Let's see what Gronk says. This is what the premium pays for, son.
There you go. Well, I can use
Well, I use Grok.
I just don't think I
Yeah, I
get
use
the, I
Grok.
don't think I get the better Grok. Yeah.
Yeah,
I have
but
it
get the
downloaded
better one.
separately.
Mystique is
That's how I
comic
make
accurate,
videos.
though,
Some videos.
although wonder how she shapeshifts with her clothes on. Do her clothes shapeshift with her? It usually seems like they do, like at least
In
in
the
the
cartoon?
movies.
Yeah, in the cartoon.
Yeah, the cartoon and the movies and stuff. It seems like whatever's touching her also changes, because she'll change it. Like even in the cartoon, the X-Men '97 one that came out, it's like she'll turn into like the Hulk and then into like Juggernaut or whatever. And it's like those people are totally different
does it say?
costumes, and they're
I love X-Men.
Well, you're saying
let
it's a
the
real
Grok
picture.
decide if it's the father. I mean, if it's real or not. Yeah.
Gronk be on it though. I like Gronk. He be on it.
Me too.
But yeah, I just wanted to show you
What I
that
do is
pic.
I like to
That
run
needs getting
images
better.
through it, and then it'll decide to make a video out of it. Like what kind of video it like does.
I like my little video I've been
It's-
playing with the
it's
AI.
weird.
I like that AI app.
Is the yeah? Which app is that? That wasn't
It's
Sora, was it?
Yeah, Sora.
Oh, it is Sora. Is that like the
Mhm.
free version
Yeah.
or something? Because
Yeah,
you
the
can make
free
some
one.
pretty long videos with it.
Yeah, the Sora one, I think they give you like 10-15 seconds to do something, but
Yeah,
I
I
didn't
wonder-
download like the real
How much?
pro
Do you know how
one.
much the paid version is?
I don't know.
'Cause
I
that
haven't
one
seen
seems
it
pretty
on there.
cool.
I haven't seen it on there yet. So what's going on?
Because
You seen Zohan
So
out
use it
there
if you
in
pay for
Washington?
it. So that's why I don't have it.
Oh, yeah, Moham Israel Zandami,
No.
whatever the fuck his name is.
Zohan, he went and bowed, son. Trump had him. Trump pimped him. And the thing is, like, it was subtle little things that you had to peep that Trump was doing. Trump was really showing, like, yo, I got the power here. Like, you're just a little
Yeah,
kid.
I heard a couple things. I read a few things, but when that was going on, I was at work, so like I haven't had time to really look at it. I've only been
Oh
home
man, let me
about
pull
an
that
hour.
up. We got to look at some of that stuff, son.
Go for it, man. Bring it on.
I've been
It's
going through
crazy.
it, so I haven't really been paying attention.
You bring
too
that
much.
up real quick. I'm gonna have my roommates lower their stuff because for some reason they're blasting some bullshit. I'll be right back. But here, if you
All
pull up a screen that you want to share, I'll go ahead and
Mhm.
throw it on there so you can be doing stuff in the background. You just share your
you
screen.
on there.
I got you. I'm about to pull it up right now. I'm just trying to get the best clip for him.
You know,
I wonder if I can add multiple administrators or whatever because you're on
I
here
think-
more than Rockefeller is.
I'm not sure. I think if you're paying for the regular one, I think you can only put one or the other. That's it. Like I was looking for that option as well. I was like, can I put on something more? He was like, nah.
Like multiple people. Like I thought you could.
You got to pay for like that real expensive one.
Oh, okay. Because it's like I have him set as like he can do whatever that like he could just jump onto the account if he wanted to. And I was like, I wonder if I could do the next tier lower.
Nah, because I think they only give you a choice of one person to put on there.
Yeah, that's what I thought with the version that I have too.
Yeah, I got the same one. Trust me, I was on it. I was looking to see if I could try to put both, but I had to delete him and then put you on there. So
yeah,
it is what it is. Because right now he's busy. Yeah, he's busy. He's been video gaming it all morning. Shout out to Rock, but I don't know how he does it.
Anytime I'm on
lunch
or my breaks and stuff, and I just scroll through the YouTube, I'm just like, he's on there fucking playing Night Rain with what's his name, fucking Kerpa, all the time, just Night Raining it up.
Dude, they be on it, yo. Like for 3 or 4 hours straight. I'm like, yeah, okay, well.
All the groups I hang out with, they've all disbanded. Like they're not together anymore. All of drama been not me. I haven't started nothing, but everyone's been drama lately.
I mean, as far as like the people that we normally are streaming with, I think everyone's just busy for the holidays. Like there's nothing that happened. It's just like Rock's like, oh, I'm basically taking off until the end of the year, and it's like, okay. And he's just gaming it up. But let's go ahead and add that to the stage.
I bought that Arc Raiders game. I'm about to start doing that one.
Yeah, I was going to talk to you about that. I'll talk to you when I'm back. I'll be right back.
So yeah, look at this clip right here. This is when they're asking him basically about, what was going on in the warehouse.
His country would risk.
So let me start this from the beginning.
Asked about your comment calling the president a fascist, and your answer was, "Well, President Trump and I have been clear about our positions and our views." Mm-hmm. Are you affirming that you think President Trump is a fascist?
I've spoken about.
That's okay. You can just say yes.
Okay.
So. Okay. It's easier. It's easier than explaining it. I don't mind.
And I wanted to ask you also.
Like right there, that's how you know Trump is a pimp. You know what I'm saying? Like Zohan basically was about to say he was about to do a excuse my language, but he was about to suck dick. He was basically about to try to be nice and not say that he was a fascist. He was going to be like, well, Trump was like, you know what? Just keep it real. Say what you feel. You know what I'm saying? It's more easier. Like, stop lying. You know what I mean? But this is kind of the thing that Trump's been doing. Like Trump, yeah, like why are you explaining yourself? You feel how you feel, that's it. But Trump was owning this guy like left and right. It was just crazy. Look at the pictures they were taking.
He's like the dude in Europe area, right? New York, right. And he's the one
and
that the moms were showing me about him,
Yeah, and look at how he's standing. Like this is another pimp move. How you gonna have somebody standing the whole time and you're sitting? You know what I'm saying? Like that's a sign of power. Like you're having this guy standing up like a fool. You know what I'm saying? Like he literally, anybody else would have been sitting on the side of that office, that desk, but he had him standing up. That's a sign of power.
Yeah, and his hands on him
Trump
too, which
really
is
had this guy
like
looking like an idiot. Look at this.
Meeting. I think you're going to have hopefully a really.
But look at the good things he was saying. This is another pimp move. He was saying good things about him.
I feel very confident that he can do a very good job. I think he is going to surprise some conservative people. Actually, he said a lot of my voters actually voted for him, and I'm okay with that. He wants to have a safe New York. Ultimately, a safe New York is going to be a great New York. And we talked about Con Edison. We have to work a little bit on getting the prices because we've gotten fuel prices way down.
Trump took his stuff and is owning it because Madani barely is saying anything.
If we're saying sending them fuel at a much lower price than it was a year ago, which is true,
and the way he's holding his hands, that's like
a sign of weakness.
Body language wise, it's also like him protecting himself. Yeah,
I've spoken about
soothing, self-soothing type thing too.
Okay. It's easier. It's easier than explaining it. I don't know. We had
patted him like, boy, go ahead.
Conversation, and some of his ideas really are the same ideas that I have. And he said some things that were very interesting as to housing construction, and he wants to see houses go up. He wants to see.
Now, what I think that Trump did in back office, he did a background deal, like a back office deal with this guy.
People would be shocked, but
because Trump came out too nice. So Trump in the background let him know.
We had a meeting today that actually surprised me. He wants to see no crime. He wants to see housing being built. He wants to see
My
rents
state,
coming
though,
down.
my
all
state's
things that I
fighting
agree with. He'd like to
every
see him come
freaking
down
thing.
ideally by
And
building
all
a
over
lot of
Facebook,
additional
the
housing.
Bob
That's the
Ferguson guy
ultimate way.
is
He
like
agrees with that.
putting him
and
down.
so do I. But
Everything
if I read the
is awful. Our taxes are
newspapers
so
and the
high.
stories, I don't hear that. But I heard him say it today.
What's
and I think
crazy
that's
is
a very
like
positive
Trump
step.
really
I
has this
expect to
guy,
be
not
helping
Trump,
him,
but
not
in
hurting him.
general,
A big help.
the system. This is what
Because
I
I
love
want
about
New
America.
York
No
City
matter
to be
what
great. I
happens,
think this
that
mayor
people
can do
think
some
that
things
fearful
that can
things is
give
going to
them-
happen. We're no matter what a nation about checks and balances. Like
Yeah, I
we
would.
make sure that you
Especially
still
after
have
the
to
meeting.
go through
Absolutely.
so much
We agree
red
on a lot
tape to
more than
get
I would have
something
thought.
done.
I want him to do a great job.
And that's the issue
And
for
we'll
this
help him
guy.
do
He
a
has
great
too
job.
much red
Let's
tape
have
to
a
go
very
through.
long drive. I'll stick up for you. You know, the plane takes you 30 minutes and driving takes you a long time.
Yeah, my state, they're trying to do, we don't have state tax here. And they want to
Mhm.
do a state tax here. We've never had that. I don't know. My state's really bad.
Wait,
So,
which state you're in?
Washington. I thought you knew that. I
Go.
thought that's why you said Washington. Oh, you meant Washington. This Washington. Yeah, I
Washington,
thought you meant
D.C.
my
or
state.
Washington
I'm in
State?
Washington State. Yeah. I'm in
Okay.
Washington State.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's basically, I mean, this guy went up there because he's begging for money. He needs money. You know what I'm saying? Because Albany already said it, or the governor already said that she's not going to raise any taxes. So, and then they do not want to drive away any businesses. So this is what Trump basically, I think what Trump did. Trump was like, you know what? In order for you to get housing, what you want, you cannot freeze the rent. Freezing the rent is not going to help out anybody. Freezing the rent is not going to benefit anybody. What you need to do is be able to speak with these developers, start speaking with these businessmen where they could be able to start putting in more money into the city, more businesses into the city, more housing into the city. Mandani needs to understand, yeah, you want to be a communist and whatever you want to do, but even so, if you want to be a communist, be a smart communist. Be a communist in the sense where you're making some money to be able to fund your whatever your little projects are, where you're not depending on the public in a sense where the public has to give you money right now.
Yeah,
The government is the one right now that like New York City gets 150, what is it, $150 billion every year from the government. Like they get so much money just from the government. Like New York State gets so much, and it's like he needs that money.
It's
He
like
knows that he
where's
needs
your
that.
money going to? And it's like, I mean, everybody saw him basically immediately backtrack as soon as he got in. Like he put out that video. It's like, you could start sending us money again. By the way, you know,
he knows that
like,
he everything that he wanted to do, he knows that he cannot do it, and now his supporters are pissed. If he was to go on Blue Sky right now, they are dissing the shit out of him right now. They're like, oh, we thought you was gonna go in there and let him know, and we thought that you know, like that's what all these young kids thought that it was gonna happen. I kind of thought it was gonna be a shouting match, but Trump played it right.
When you get the PDF files on against you, I mean, it must be rough out there. Those are your main supporters, man.
Yeah, Trump played it right. I'm telling you, like Trump. He did a smart business move in regards to this. And what he actually did too, he pissed off the Democratic Party because none of the Democratic parties is trying to even fuck with this guy. Like they're not trying to even, back him in any way. They're not trying to support him in any way. And basically what Trump did is like, you know what? I think he's a good guy. He has a bright future. You know what?
It's like, hey,
I may
good
not
luck
agree
out there,
with
buddy.
everything, but there's some of the things that I do agree with. And you know what was the player card that Trump did today? They basically asked him, "Hey, Trump, you haven't been in New York in years. If you were to live in New York right now under this guy's regime, would you stay? Would you move?" He was like, "No, I'll stay. I don't see anything wrong. I don't think anything bad is going to happen."
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like Trump is
like,
playing this guy.
Yeah, it's like good luck out there.
It's such a New York move. It's such a business move.
I've asked a couple people out here who were just like basically happy that this guy won, and I was like, why? Why would you want that communist stuff? And they're like, well, and they said the same thing that every fucking communist says, where it's like, well, we haven't really tried it out here. It could work here. It's like, do you not know anything about fucking history? Like, have you not seen what happened to like because of communist takeover? They have it like, what is it, 10 times the amount of people that died in like the Holocaust from like even more than that, even like, do you not understand what happens with that when that actually becomes a reality? They don't understand. They do not get it. And it's like, you'll see it firsthand But then the next argument is like, well, what if it actually works there? And it's like, okay, we'll see. Go ahead, go for it. Just fucking do it. You know, you're in the fuck around stage. Have fun. Go fuck around. It's what usually happens after you fuck around. You find out.
Yeah, I mean, he needs that. That's the thing. He needs it. Like, he needs the money. He knows he needs the support from the presidency. If he doesn't get it, he none of his projects is going to happen. None of them. So
no, and
we'll
the kind
see.
of people that he needs to stay there to help fund that, or if his taxes go through, which then he's not even high enough up in the food chain to actually increase the taxes, because they even said that, like, the governor was like, yeah, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
Right? It didn't that chick governor or whatever, she was like, yeah, we're not doing any of that. What are you talking about? And it's like, the person who could do that said no. But you're gonna believe this guy? He's gonna fucking make it happen? What are you talking about? Like, they don't understand the hierarchy. It's like, this guy, he's just saying nonsense to get elected. That's all he did. That's 100% what he did.
Trump has been doing a lot today. And another thing he just did in the past hour, I don't know if you know about, like, Minnesota, how Minnesota has a big Somalian population out there. So
In Minnesota? No.
Yeah, in Minnesota, there's a big Somalian population. That's where that other chick is from. What's her name? Elise Sohan or whatever her name is. But anyway, they've been doing a big fraud within Medicaid in Somalia, in Minnesota, with the Somalian population. So Trump is basically saying, like, you know what? Trump is like, you know what? I'm about to strip all of your temporary status in regards to temporary status as far as immigration is here. And then he's like, you know what? I'm about to start deporting all of y'all. Like, y'all about to go. It's over. Like, it's a wrap. And everybody's starting to get pissed off over there right now. But they've been like G'ing people for money. Like, he put up a whole presentation, not a presentation, but a tweet about it. Like, they've been taking money.
It's crazy to me how, like, the Democrat, it seems to always be the Democrats that, don't get me wrong, Republicans lie plenty, but what we see the most of, especially clips, is just like, they'll sit there and say, this is not happening. This is not happening. The illegals aren't getting any of this. Da 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 da. And it's like, literally the next thing that'll come on the news segments or some shit right after, it'll be like, yeah, by the way, we found X amount of people doing exactly just that. And it's like, which one is it? But we all know it's happening. Everybody knows it's fucking happening. And like, anybody with, like, you know, 2 brain cells that aren't fighting for third knows it's happening, right? Like, that's this bullshit. Or it's the same thing with, like, the SNAP benefits. They're like, well, you can't use it on XYZ. And then there's literally like thousands of videos of people being like, yeah, I sell my SNAP benefits for, you know, 75% of the cost, and then I use that money to go do stuff. And then you'll hear Democrats say that doesn't happen. But it's like, there's people on it saying that's exactly how they do this. Like, they're like, they go out there and they were flaunting it. There's like hundreds, if not thousands, of videos on YouTube alone that just sit there and demonstrate them doing that. They're like, how did you do this? They're like, yeah, I sold my SNAP benefits.
Well, you know what's crazy? I don't know if you've seen that the lady of the Department of Agriculture, that they're considering putting a measurement where all 42 million people have to reapply for their benefits. Like, they're going to make everybody reapply. So basically, all those people that
reapply with a real ID, probably even. Like,
not even the real ID, because I don't know if you heard about the real ID situation with the airports, but the airports now are saying,
they're trying to charge people.
Yeah, $18 for 10 days if you don't have a real ID.
Well, I have
like
one.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy, because like the first thing that I read, or which made me not want to go get one, because I was like, the only thing I would do with it that I might need it for is to fly. But then they said, oh, but if you have a passport, you're good. And I'm like, well, I got my passport. I already have a passport. So
I have a passport too. Like, as long as you have a passport or the real ID,
are they not going to charge me?
No, okay. They're not going to charge you nothing
as long as I have a passport.
But this is the catch with the thing that they're doing. They're saying, okay, in order for you to be able to do this, we're going to have to take your picture, and you're going to be in the system. You know what I'm saying? So basically, well, I mean,
you're going to be already in the system.
It is, but yeah. the thing is now, like, for the people that are paranoid about it, like the ones that feel like, oh my God, this is a conspiracy. Why do you need to take my picture? Why do you need this?
Wait until they learn about Social Security or the DMV in general. Like they already have your information. Like what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, people are just going to be on that tip where they're going to be so paranoid regarding it. Like, hey, I don't
Stacey
want to
Gardner
take my
says, "Am I
picture.
good to get a link?" Yeah, Stacy, you want a link, dude? I'll shoot you a link, man. If you want to jump on here,
Who's Stacy? I don't know who she is. Yeah, nah, come on, Stacy.
you don't know this girl? Like,
I'm playing with her. I'm just playing. I don't know.
she's
then,
the one out there playing Borderlands all the time. No,
Oh, okay.
no.
And
he's
then
cool.
Margie
You've seen him in
Taylor.
chats.
Yeah, Margie Taylor Greene. She just announced that she's resigning from Congress.
Really?
Yes, because Trump took away his support. You know what I'm saying? Now she's like, I don't think I want to do this.
Well, because she started to go against the Republicans, didn't she? And it was like,
yeah,
she was saying all this nonsense, and it was like, what are you doing?
Yeah, she's like, I don't think I want to do this anymore. I'm not, I don't feel the passion that I had in the beginning. It's just not what I thought it was. Well, duh. Like, you could come in here with the purest heart. You really think that everybody in Washington is like pure like that? Like, didn't you watch The Distinguished Gentleman with Eddie Murphy? Like,
it's like none of those people are like going into politics, whatever. It's like, even though it's like, sure, I like some of the stuff that Trump's doing. It's like, do I believe him 100%? Fuck no, absolutely not. It's like everything he's doing is perfect. No, of course not. I don't believe any politician. That's how we were raised. It's like, no, screw authority, like the authority in every aspect. Don't get me wrong. I still got like love for cops because I got cops in my family and whatnot. Like, I understand I show them respect. It doesn't mean I got to like everything that they're doing. It's fine. You find a balance. That's fine. Find a balance. Find what you're okay with and whatever. But it's like, just because they do one thing, if somebody does one thing wrong, it's like, that's everything. You're the worst thing out there. It's like, no, they just made something or they said something I don't fully agree with. They're supporting something I don't fully agree with. Okay, guess what? We'll keep on moving on after that. It's all good. But if you go to the left though, or if you start trying to move away, like in any way, you'll just get ostracized because you got one differing opinion than everybody else. Like that's the difference. Like over here, you could be like, yeah, I agree with like 85%, 80%. That's good. I'm fine.
What up, King? How you doing?
That 1% over there on their side, no, you're gone. You're the enemy. You're now they do that to J.K. Rowling. She agrees with 99% of everything else that the leftists do.
Mm-hmm.
But the transgender thing, nope. Now you're all the phobes, just all of them.
Well, that's life right now. I'm telling you, it's crazy.
Real Plonk says, I hate cops. Understandable, dude. For a long time, I did too. I mean, shit, I've been arrested before. It's all good. And I found it to be some bullshit, like everyone does when that happens.
I only felt that way when it was like rolling with your friends. You know what I'm saying? But it's like the older that you get, I really didn't feel that way anymore about cops. Like,
no, yeah, like once I got, I would say past 25. Like past 25, I was like, wait a minute. We kind of need these fucking people. Do you see all these maniacs around us? These people are fucking insane. Like, what would you do if one of these people snapped, and you would like, you don't got a piece on you or whatever. It's like, even if you did, like, you'd hope you don't have to use it. You want somebody else to do it.
Well, not just that. To me, it's just the fact that like when I used to get pulled over and just me being courteous and nice, they'll let you go. Like, they just don't want to bother you. They really do not want to take you in. But it's like, when I was younger, I used to have the attitude, well, pig, why you messing with me, man? Because I'm black, because I'm this, like, yeah. And all that did was just make things worse. Like, I just noticed, like at that age or at that time, whatever negativity you throw out there is really going to come back to you tenfold. Like, you really have to pay attention about the energy you put out there.
I had a friend of mine like who was kind of like that, and like this happened all within a span of like 1 week. So like he got pulled over, and then he comes to me bitching. He's like, man, I got a ticket for my weed. They took my bong, they threw it, all this stuff. And I was just like, I can only imagine what, because he was sitting there bullshitting because that's the kind of person he was. But he's like, man, I didn't do nothing wrong. Everything was fine. And I was like, it's your attitude, man. I guarantee you were giving him fucking lip and whatever. Because the week right after that, I got pulled over. And they were like, do you got anything in the car? And I was like, I got weed under my seat, and there's like a plastic bong in the trunk. And they were like, oh, we don't care about any of that. And I was like, all right, dude. And they were like, can we search your car? I was like, here's my keys. Like, just go for it. They
Well,
saw the
yeah.
2 items and they were just like, because they passed the law where it's like, you could have a certain amount of whatever on you. And like, they didn't care because I was just like, here, man, go for it. And
I
they
even
didn't
remember
give a
before
shit.
that law, like as long as you told the cop the truth, you know what I'm saying? Like they
Yeah.
don't care. They really don't care. Like they'll sit there and be like, okay, just don't have that around you. Here's a ticket. You know what I'm saying? Like they want to hit their quota. But other than that, they're not trying to mess with you. They're not trying to bother you like that. People just like to make things hard for themselves. You know what I'm saying? They want to be rebels and show that they're rebels.
I remember for mine, like they told me the place I left, and I wasn't aware of this. It was a friend of mine's house, but apparently his brother was like a drug dealer of like he either was selling like tweak or heroin or some shit. He was doing heavy shit. Like he was selling, and we had no idea. We all just smoked weed. Like my friend that lived there, but apparently his older brother was like having his house looked at. So anybody that left there, because we went there for his birthday and we left, and there was a couple of us that got pulled over because we all talked about it. Like the next day, it was like, dude, it was weird on the way home. I got pulled over, and they're like, so did I. And we kind of all had the same story. They were looking for heavier drugs, and we're like, whoa, no. We know the little brother. We don't know anything about that dude.
Yeah.
Whatever he's doing, I don't know it. And even if I did, I'm still not telling you, but I literally don't know. I've never even met him. So couldn't tell you. Like, so it was a trip though.
So what's some of the topics you got lined up? Because I
was curious what movies did you see this week? Did you go see any?
Nah, man, my AMC is on lockdown right now, dude. My check didn't come late, and honestly, I really didn't even feel like going. Even if I had the AMC, I didn't have that feeling like, oh, let me go.
I feel you on that, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like it was
the only movie I was looking forward to was Sisu 2.
How was that?
And I saw it last night. It was okay. The first one, I think it's awesome. I think it's a really good like standalone movie. I don't think they needed to make a second one.
Mm-hmm.
But the second one, like if the first one had like, I would say 85, like 90% turn your brain off and just have a good time with like 10% of like an actual okay story behind it. And you're just like, this is pretty good. There's a reason people are sitting there calling it like the Finnish, like as in Finland, John Wick or whatever, or Grandpa John Wick, because there's elements to that in there a little bit. You're just like, okay, I get it. The second one is just like, it's just unnecessary randomness. It's just like everything that's happening, everything is so illogical. You're just like, okay, it's entertaining. It's entertaining to watch, but you definitely just got to turn your brain off because you're just like, this is everything that happens to the dude is like, that's fucking impossible.
I mean, it looked that way from the commercials though. Like the commercials, it just looked more ridiculous.
They're not lying.
Like especially with the airplane flying off the back of the truck, and I was like, what the hell?
And the way that he pulls that off, and like there's scenes that happen in it to where it just like, so the movie's told in chapters. Even the first movie was, so it'll be like chapter 1, boom, and it's like done in like 10 to 15 minute segments, and it's a little under an hour and a half, so it's very quick paced, whatever. But every single chapter kind of starts the same in this one, where it's a little slow going, and then here comes the action. So it's like every 5-minute break, all of a sudden you're going to have like 10 minutes of action. So it can be a little much. Luckily, like I said, it's a shorter movie, so it's not too bad. But I mean, if you got nothing better to do, I'd say go watch it. But this one, I would say wait. But if you can find Sisu, the first one, absolutely a good movie. There's some I would say way more creative and cooler kills in that, and I think people would actually like that a little bit more. With that being said, we got Stacy Gardner in the background. What's going on, Stacy?
What's up, guys?
What's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm doing good. Just enjoying my day off right now before hell starts.
For hell starts. You sound depressed. You just came in here and just brought a weird vibe. Like,
he's just like, hey man,
you need a drink.
Come in here and say I need to get wasted tonight.
I can't do that. Can't do that. I got some beer here, but I'm about to pop one open. But I can hold off on that.
I'm drinking.
Saying, you just came in like, yeah, I'm just here. I'm good.
He's like, Thanksgiving's next week, and guys, I got nothing to be thankful for. I don't know what else to do. It's like, what the fuck, dude? What are you doing?
And Miss Sparkles, I'm
man.
not streaming vertically like we just explained earlier. It's just this app. It's showing how it's just showing for some reason the X and YouTube, but it still looks
it's showing
regular
both
on
things.
both channels. Like it's just weird. I don't know. I will figure it out, but it's
we're
working
just
fine
checking
on
it
both
out.
channels.
Yeah, we'll just check it out. I don't know how many people are watching on X, if any, but hey, what's up to anybody over there? I don't know if it combines the comments.
Shout out to the
not.
2 or 3 people, that are on it. Well, I guess it's through mine. It's like since I'm doing it through me, like they'll answer on my
it's
channel.
Not gonna go. Yeah, it's not gonna come up on mine.
Yeah, like whatever people are
It's
talking on your chat, and I can see things in your chat. But like, let's say if I answer, I'm not going to be able to answer them in the chat. I could talk to them, but I can't answer.
Because you're on yours. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I have multiple windows open. Even when I'm on other people's streams, I'll have YouTube open, I'll have mine open, and then if other people are streaming, I'll have everyone. I don't know. Some of them combine, some of them don't, and it all matters on if you're paying for stuff or not. It's kind of annoying, but
yeah, I'm trying to make it work. Yeah, trying to make it work.
So, I wanted to talk to you about Arc Raiders, man. So you said you just picked it up, man. How far into it are you? Have you been enjoying it? Because I'm thinking about getting it.
I just got it yesterday. I mean, it's cool. I mean, it's a big community, so you could be able to play randomly with just anybody. But I'm trying to get into the nitty gritty of it. Like I'm still in the beginning of it. So far as graphics wise, it's a good game to play. It's kind of like Call of Duty, same button work like Call of Duty as far as shooting wise, running, sliding, things like that. But it's more about just scavenging. And you have to try to stay alive with those items to bring it back so you could be able to get experience points and things like that. So if you die during your mission, then you lose all of those items and you basically have to start all over again. And you'll lose like your weapons and other things like that too. So it's just about like really trying to keep all of your things and being able to keep those things that you, as far as what you find scavenging, because you could be able to create other things with those. You could be able to make guns and, sniper rifles, things like that with them. So I'm still, learning. A lot of people have been on the game a lot more longer. They have other YouTube channels. So I've been trying to go off of the YouTube channels just to see if I could learn something. But some of these people, the way that they talk and how they try to teach you is just a little slow for me. It's like, give it to me fast, get it to the point, straight to the point, make it a 3 or 4 minute video where I'm just learning it and then I could go. I don't need to sit there for 30 or 40 minutes.
Yeah, most of us know how to play shooters and our looter shooters because it looks like there's a kind of a combination of both going on with that. Like there's monsters you fight and whatever. I'm just curious, like, is it open world? Do you go into set matches during the match? Are you guys fighting other teams but you guys have the same objectives? Like that's where I was getting confused because people are like, oh, we got to kill this.
But for what I'm noticing, like I was playing a little bit before we streamed and I was playing with another gentleman and it was just like, you don't have to talk to anybody, but you still know as far as like, this is the point. We all have to scavenge and we have to stay alive. So the point. But yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure there's other teams around and then they could be able to kill you and take your stuff and be able to come up on it depending on the match and depending on how many people are in that room.
Joey McRae, XES or sex backwards says, "Hail Syfaxx and panel. What's going on, Joey?
What's up?
Good to see you.
What's up, Joey?
Consider
from what I'm getting,
like button, but
from what I'm getting, it's kind of like Fortnite, but not to that same degree. It's like
more adult, more adult version of Fortnite. Like it's you still doing kind of some of the things in Fortnite, but not everything that's cheesy about Fortnite. It's more tactical, is more survival, in that game. Once you die, it's like you lose everything. So it's a fun, more
you start right back at the beginning.
Yeah.
Dragon Master Zero says, I've seen people play Arc Raiders like they kill each other a lot more than working together and completing missions. More fun that way.
Yeah, a lot more.
Also says hilarious too. Okay, so you can do friendly fire. That's kind of funny.
I don't know about friendly fire.
That could be either.
Okay, I
Maybe
think,
maybe it's multiple teams that are supposed to work together, but then at the same time they need to fight each other at the end after all the missions are done. Like that's what I was like. I don't know much about
No,
it.
you don't fight each other in the end. Like it's teams of 3, maybe 4. I mean, I know when I was joining in a room, it was like I think the most you could get is 3. So yeah, all go around. You all try to find things, and then like I said, there may be other people playing. If you run into them, you could kill them. You could do whatever you want to do. But basically throughout the game, if you're on somebody's team, y'all working together to scavenge as much as you can to bring it back to the headquarters that's like underground, because you're basically like in a post-apocalyptic world where everything got destroyed, and there's
like
so
very
much
Mad
out there
Max.
yeah. So I've been playing the Mad Max game. I don't know if you've been playing that, but that game is legit.
I haven't played that one, but I've
game.
heard people say they actually like it.
It's legit. I've been playing it. I don't know if I want to stream it, but it's legit. Like it's a lot of it's an open world game. You build up your car, you build up max, you build up your skills, but it's something that how most games it quickly progresses for you to be able to get those points and to be able to get better. But the map is so big because you have to scavenge your parts, and with these parts you have to be able to create your car and get better things for them. And it's like
Yeah,
really
like you want to upgrade your
game.
car and all your items, right? Yeah.
Or everything yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like the type of gear you have, like let's say in your hands, how Max be having those kind of knuckles that could punch into people and stab them. And, it's like all those things come into this game. The fighting in it is easy as hell, but it can get difficult depending on how many enemies come around you, because you may have about, let's say, 4 to 5 enemies at one time trying to fight you. So you got to be able to block, punch, block, punch. You
doesn't have like the Batman thing where you can just spam Y or like spam triangle and you're just countering everything. Like,
well, it's just Y you could counter, but it's not as quick as Batman. Like how Batman is real pap ninja, and he could hit 4 or 5. It's not that type of a quick moves, but you could go from one. You
got to be a little bit more strategic or something.
Yeah, you have to.
Okay, so basically, have either of you played Street Fighter? Because I'm thinking I'm getting what.
Which one? Yeah. The newest one or
no? I would say you can either say 3 or 4.
In the arcades, I have, but I never played like the story mode or nothing like that.
All right, so basically, from what I'm getting from what Angel's saying, it's kind of like Dudley. Dudley has this move where he'll look like he'll do the one sin a boxer should never do. He'll put his hands down, stand completely still, and the minute you touch him, he counters you. That's what I'm getting from it.
Well, I mean, that the feel of what you're saying is like that, but he did in Mad Max, he's still boxing. Like he still has his hands up, and let's say if another guy's about to hit him, the Y will come up where it'll give you a chance to be like, okay, block it. You could block it, and then when you counter, that's really the only way that you could be able to hit these guys. You have to counter first, and then you could pat, beat them up. Because some of these guys will come at you with knives. They're fast. They're very tactical in the game. Like I said, the more you progress in this game, it gets more fun. And especially with the car, because once you start building up the car, you're in an open world. So you're out in the desert, you're out, on cliffs, things like that. And then you'll have those other cars out there in the open world chasing you. So they're trying to, blow up your car. They're trying to destroy you. And then you have like a mechanic riding with you on your car. So like, let's say if your car is about to blow up, or if you feel like you got too much damage, you could just jump out the car real quick, let the mechanic fix it up while you're out there trying to fight other people. Then you could jump right back into the car. Like you have options with the car. It's like survival. And then even with your health doesn't regenerate on its own after missions. You still have to go out there and find water. If you don't find water, you're die. Screwed. Yeah, and then you be eating like other things they do in there. You'll be eating like maggots. You'll eat dog food out of a can. Like they just be having you just survival out there. It's crazy. I think it's a game that you should be like. If you have Xbox Game Pass, it's on Xbox Game Pass with it automatically. I don't know about PlayStation, but I know on Xbox they have the game straight up. Like it's cheap. Even if you want to buy the game on its own, it's like about maybe, I would say the most $15.
Okay, I'm gonna look into
that. But right
that.
now on their Black Friday deal, they're selling out everything right now.
Right
now, literally, I bought. I mean, the Arc Raiders game is $40 on its own, But tell me why they had MLB 2025 already. Matter of fact, no, 2025. They had that for $10. At one point, that was like $69.99. They got it for $10 now.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because it's almost the end of the year. They're trying to get rid of
Mhm.
that game, especially since next year, I think, right before the spring, they're
training.
gonna try and get
Yeah.
they're gonna try and get MLB, the show 26 out. So yeah, they trying to
And
get a
then
jump start on
NBA
that.
2K already, they have it down to $30. That shit
Mhm.
started off at like 60, 70. Madden, they got that down to like $30. They have even Assassin's Creed is down to like I think $40 right now on Xbox. The
Yeah,
newest
that-
Assassin's Creed that just dropped. So
that
you
that,
can
that
get
kind of makes
everything on
sense
that too.
because like when it comes to sports games near the end of the year, especially like ones where the end of the season's coming, they will drop that price like a brick. So that makes sense there.
Well, the basketball season is different because that just started October.
That
just
always
started.
starts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So for their game to already drop down by Thanksgiving to $30.
Well, which studio owns that one again?
That's 2K Games.
Yeah,
2K
2K
games.
2K games
That's
owns
not the one that's being
basically-
bought. That's not the one being bought by the
No,
Saudis
that's
right now, right?
EA.
No,
That's
owns
EA.
those.
Okay, that's EA Sports. Okay, so that's like
from
baseball and shit like
from
that.
what I heard when it came to that deal with the Saudis, they're literally going to be like, look, we are not taking any chances. Any game you come up with, it has to make money. If it does not make money, not only will we not do any more in that entry, we will basically shut your studio down if you work for EA. They are literally on the chopping block, especially with that what was it, $20 to $40 million debt they already have on there. Yeah, they can't afford to take no chances.
Yeah, that's why they're making more of their throwback games, because you notice at one point they weren't even trying to deal with college football. They're already dropping college football back again. Now they're about to drop college basketball. You know what I'm saying? And those were games back in, like, for me, those are nostalgic games. So those are games that I remember when I was young, 15, 16, playing those games. And it was fun to play them because
I
back
think I
then,
remember playing one of them on like Nintendo 64 back in the day, where it's like,
I used to play the basketball one all the time. Like, basketball was fun back in those days, because I remember back then that's when EA used to have that game. Let's say we used to playing that game, you used to be able to break the backboard. Like, that's when breaking the backboard
I
was
remember
like very
those.
popular.
I remember those.
You know what I'm saying? So you will go in there with that EA thing. I remember even getting NBA Live 95 when it first came out. I had the first like couple of copies. I remember I was dating this girl. I made her come and get it for me. Psh, man, that was like, I had all my friends over. We were playing that for like maybe 3 or 4 days straight. We was up all day. Live, you got to play live. But I mean, the only thing that pisses me off is just the fact that these games try to really upcharge like $70. And it's like, I already know this is like a freaking car. It's going to depreciate in value. So why am I going to buy it as soon as it drops on the lot? I could wait. You know what I'm saying? Like, these games are going to be around for a while.
It seems like a lot of the sports games too, they do that whole like it's almost like a gamble to like get certain players that you want, and then they drop a new one every fucking year. So it's like, well, if you finally got the character you want, you build your team you want, by the time you probably got all that done, the next game's already out. Like,
but yeah, that's why I don't even waste my time too much with that. Like, normally when I get the basketball game, I'm a big person. I like to play the errors. So I will go back and I'll get, like, let's say some of my throwback teams that I like let's say, for example, the 89 Knicks, just as an example. I could play from 1989 all the way to now. You know what I'm saying? So I could keep playing season, and they'll draft every year the players that's supposed to be drafted. They may not go to the exact teams, but those players are in there. So you could start back from the 70s and be able to start getting Larry Bird, Michael Jordan, whoever you want in each of these drafts. But most of these people don't think that way. They just want to play as far as the my player. And that's where you're getting micro charge for everything. I hate my player. Like, I remember when my player was completely free, and the only thing that you was doing was just grinding with your player. That's what made it fun. Now it's boring. Like, you can't do that.
Yeah,
shit
because with the my player games,
we got
you
Miss Sparkles telling you something here, Stacy. He says, "Run your fingers through your crazy hair, Stacy. You look wild right now, brother." Hey man, she wants to see it. She wants to see it.
It ain't gonna do a
Syfaxx
damn
always looking
thing.
good. There you go.
Let me give you my best.
Wild.
Let me give you my best Wayne Brady impression from Whose Line. Ain't gonna do a damn thing.
Tell him.
I got to meet that guy one time. I was cleaning a fucking pool, and like I didn't know whose house it was. It had to be some famous rapper dude or whatever. And they had like I thought it was just a nice pool house, but it ended up being a recording studio. And a bunch of dudes walked out, and fucking Wayne Brady walks out, and it was right when the new Whose Line Is It Anyways was coming out, when he was a part of it. And like all of a sudden he walks out, and I was just like, I couldn't help but say it because usually you don't talk to the clients and stuff, but I was like, dude, I just saw you on TV last night. And so I got to shake his hand. He was very nice dude. But it was kind of funny as hell to see him on there. I was just like, dude, I just saw you last night. Like, you were great. Good job. But yeah,
I used to be a fan of his until he started saying that he's pansexual and all this other nonsense.
Yeah, this was way before that. This was a good 15 something years ago, over 15 years ago. Like it was a long time.
When it comes to Wayne Brady, I'm kind of like everybody else. I will go back to like the old days when it was him, Drew, Ryan, Colin, and whoever that fifth guy was. That's the Whose Line I like. The one now with Aisha Taylor, I'm like, Is there anything else on TV?
Good. Yeah, she's not as good. No, she's not that funny.
Nah,
she doesn't play off their energy very well. It's like she's kind of put a damper on shit, and it's like there's still a couple okay clips out there, but it's like when you got one clip out of one season, and it's like that's it. You got like one funny line from Whose Line? Come on. That doesn't work like that.
I don't know. I'm not. I stopped watching it like after I think once I moved to Cali, I really just stopped watching that show. It wasn't interesting anymore. Yeah. Once Wayne Brady got on the Dave Chappelle show, it was like, what's the point of watching it anymore? I really watch it for Wayne Brady. He's gangster on the Dave Chappelle show. So that one episode he had that made him black for a few months.
So I do have a topic.
Brady gonna have to choke a bitch?
Yeah. I do have a topic that I wanted to bring up. Actually, there's kind of two of them they're kind of linked together, but one of them is one that you've actually been talking about lately, Angel, which is the buyout of Warner Brothers, right? Mm-hmm. So I don't know if you've seen the article that Park Place put out about it.
What, from today or an older one?
It might have been today. Let's see here.
Let me see.
It's Warner Brothers. Let's see here. What's the actual title of it? New Warner Bros. Bid reportedly undercut Zaslav's $30 goal. That's $30 per share, by the way. Have you seen this?
I seen a WDW Pro video today that was covering that. Yeah, he covered this article just a bit, but I was like, I actually listened to it. I was like, really? Because I was kind of with David Zaslav because I actually have a couple shares of that, and I'm like, oh, please let it go to 30. Please let it go to 30 because I could just take that and just roll with it. But then when I heard about that, I was like, well, where's the gun? That just shot me in the foot.
Well, I'll go through this real quick since more than likely you guys have seen some of this or heard about it. But see here, it starts off with the first round of Warner Bros. Bids has officially landed, and the early numbers reportedly don't come close to the $30 per share that CEO David Zaslav hoped to command. According to the On the Money, offers were delivered at noon on Thursday, and insiders say the winning figure will likely fall far short of Zaslav's target. Hey, it doesn't sound good for you, Stacy. Now that the real contenders have stepped onto the field, the picture of who's actually in the race is much more focused and much smaller than months of online discourse suggested. 3 real bidders. The New York Post report confirms the bidding war centers on just 3 major players: Paramount, Skydance, Comcast, and Netflix. Those are the ones that we've been talking about lately. Those have been, I mean, even on this report here says, now that the real contenders stepped in, those have been the real contenders. Like who else was the bigger contender in that? Like there's speculation, but I think these have been the 3 main ones, right?
Yeah, those have been the big 3. The other thing is like people have been trying to play with the speculation, saying that hey, there may be more, there may be some. Like I'm sorry,
Yeah.
when I'm hearing this from both DA and Pro, I'm like, there ain't no other three. It's just those guys.
Yeah, well, a lot of them, like we get a lot of
Well,
the
the
same
thing is,
articles from a lot of the
Comcast
same
is
people.
technically Universal, though. So that's the
Yeah.
thing that's kind of making it look weird. That's why maybe
Yeah,
other people
so
say
that's
Comcast Universal as multiple, thinking that they're different entities, but they're still the
yeah,
same.
no, it's universal. And so the other thing, and I heard a couple of people talking about this, but I was kind of thinking the same thing, like what Zaslav did with like throwing out the like Harry Potter's now out there, right? So they had like Harry Potter TV shows in the works. You got stuff like the different DC movies that have been announced, but they're not really getting ready to film. Like some of them, like Supergirl's already been filmed, but Superman 2's been announced. They announce all this stuff to make it seem like everything is going well. So Zaslav was hoping to boost that number up, and people are realizing like actually there's not a lot of good word of mouth about WB. Other than this year, they're one of the few studios that's actually been profitable. Like they've actually been profitable in their movies this year. Like because even the stuff that even like Superman didn't really make a lot of money, but it was still profitable ish. But it's like stuff they do a lot of stuff like weapons and other things like that, where it was like smaller stuff that still made money. They're still in the they're in the black about I think like 100 million, but most studios are down like 500 million or more. Most studios failed all year. Like they might have one or two wins, but the amount of other stuff that they pushed out didn't balance it out. So
see and that comes to how David Zaslav likes to run things, and I've actually looked into him. He's actually one of those people who's like, I may not be like right there hovering on your back, but sooner or later we're gonna have that chat. Like you remember that guy from the movie Office Space where he was walking around and I think at one scene he was like, yeah, could you clear out your desk and move it to somewhere else? That guy, David Zaslav is that guy. The thing is, and he himself has literally said this, he can't be everywhere all the time, so he does try to let some people have some wiggle room. And unfortunately with James Gunn, you can't really give him too much wiggle room. Otherwise, you get what you got for Peacemaker.
You get Peacemaker, you get like Superman, you get whatever. 13 King style says Syfaxx, are my posts not showing? They are showing, and I did send you a link. Go ahead and check your Discord, brother. You're welcome to join. Sorry,
Yeah.
I might not have highlighted it. My bad. But yeah, no, I read it and I sent you a link. So yeah, feel free to check your Discord. But unless it didn't go through. No, it says it went through. So go for it, man. But yeah, no, Zaslav's definitely that guy. Like people were saying this about him when he first joined. Is like he's gonna be the one to like chop all the fat. Like he's just getting rid of all this loose stuff. He's the one that cut like Batgirl and stuff like that. Which makes sense, but it also makes sense why he's sitting there having them go out there and throw all the new stuff that's out there and really promoting it way before it's going to be released. Like Harry Potter's not coming out for at least another year or so, but they're trying to get rid of the company, or at least this part of the company, by the end of the year. Apparently, they're supposed to be fully sold before Christmas, like like whatever bids are going to accept. That the rumor is before Christmas or before New Year's. Yeah, pretty much. I figured before the start of the new quarter, because like that's when you'd want to do it.
But this is the thing, though. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Angel.
No.
Go ahead, Angel.
The thing that's making this sell difficult, and what Warner Bros. Is trying to do, is that they want to sell everything intact. They really want to sell everything intact. Paramount is the only company that wants everything intact. Comcast and Netflix does not want any of these entities that Warner Brothers have intact. So, like right now, Warner Brothers have it so bad that they literally sold Looney Tunes. Like Looney Tunes is one of their staples. Their premier things on there, and they literally are leasing Looney Tunes to Tubi. You know what I'm saying? Like Looney Tunes is Tubi's number one rated show on their freaking channel. So it's just like
the reason like say Comcast would be a good contender because Comcast has Universal has a bunch of Harry Potter stuff in their parks, so if they get it, they'll have like all the rights to Harry Potter and they can do whatever the fuck they want, and they get all the money for it. No, well, they have a deal. They have a deal that they're still probably paying people to use. They're probably licensing it. They're probably licensing it.
Universal,
but if they own it.
Yeah, but the thing is, Universal owns the theme park. The thing is, when J.K. Rowling was shopping around as far as the rights for the theme park or anything theme park wise, she went to Warner Brothers first, but Warner Brothers didn't want to deal with it. That's why she went to Universal. So Universal has sole rights in regards to just theme park stuff. They can always do anything.
I mean, I can't imagine. Well, I can't imagine why they'd want anything else other than to, maybe be able to start throwing superhero stuff into their parks. Which I mean, that
Universal.
Yeah, Universal, whatever.
I mean, they don't have to, because I mean, when I used to work for Universal, I never recall them really trying to throw the superheroes. They're more about nostalgia, so they're trying to throw out more of their movies, their
there's
TV shows.
There's a lot of nostalgia in
I'm not saying that there isn't, but name a Universal superhero movie that you could think of, because they really haven't created that many. The only one that they created was the Hulk.
They would have WB now, so now that would be Universal.
But honestly, Universal has a staple of, like, if they really wanted to go into their closet like that, Universal could just go into their
like Jurassic Park and stuff, right?
Yeah. But what I'm saying is that Universal has like a perfect example. If you was to go to Universal's theme park right now, if you was to go to Universal's theme park, they have the Dark Universe, which is Frankenstein, the werewolf, you know what I'm saying? Dracula, all of those staple monsters, they own those monsters. That's their creations. So it's like people could play around with those other things and do Dracula things, but they're the original content creators in regards to horror. You know what I'm saying? So they wanted to create that universe, and they still can. So there's a lot of other things that they have. Fast and Furious as well. Universal has that. Universal owns, like, they did so many movies that is ridiculous. Back to the Future. They have a lot of other content that they could worry about. They're not really caring about Warner Brothers content that much. They just want it to be more greedy. They don't want their TVs or anything like that.
They would own even more IPs and whatever, especially but like you said, and like I mentioned, like the nostalgia factor of some of these IPs that they would have all of a sudden full access to where they wouldn't have to ask anybody's permission. It would be theirs. All of a sudden they'd be like, the new generation coming up would assume that it's actually always been Universal. They don't know that they'll be like, you can go to a Universal park or whatever, and now Batman is there or some shit, and you're like, okay, I guess he's a Universal thing or whatever.
I mean, I feel you, but it's just I don't see Universal trying to invest unless it's just in Florida like that. They're not going to do that in California. They don't have enough room to do that in California.
To expand and make it bigger. Yeah,
Florida much room.
Florida's the better bet, because I mean,
they're doing the expansion on all the other stuff right now, aren't they? With the Nintendo stuff, aren't they the ones that are in the Nintendo world?
They're investing more in Nintendo than anything out there in that theme park, because that's going to be their milk, and that's going to be their butter. They're like this. They're going to make so much money based off of Nintendo for the next 10 to 15 years that theme park is going to expand more just to be Nintendo World. Because when you go to Japan, it's ridiculous. Their Nintendo World is probably 3 times bigger than the one in Universal right now.
Actually, from what I heard, the one out in Japan is like 5 times bigger, because they've already got the Mario. They've already got like a big area for Donkey Kong, for Zelda. They're planning for something for Yoshi. Like, they've already, like, whatever we're getting here, Japan is already getting, or they already have that.
And I heard they wanted to create the Luigi Spooky Castle movie. Like, they wanted to do that. So think about if they make the whole Spooky Castle.
We got one more person joining us in just a second here.
Stop fighting! Stop fighting! Stop fighting! Young man, come here. I can see you eyes scour our bosoms.
I'm king of all animals.
Sure.
We got King of All Animals, King Style here, man. What's going on?
I should probably trademark that nickname, the King of All Animals.
King of All Animals, King Style. There you go.
Do an Egyptian
How you
thing or a
doing, man?
Native American thing. I'm doing good, man.
Good to see you. Good to see you. Right on.
Other than the
Well,
cold weather over here in the East Coast, it's fine.
dude, it's
Oh,
cold
my
out
God,
here.
And that
in the
means
West.
I'm wearing a hoodie
Cold
out here, and
everywhere.
they don't even understand how cold it
Yeah,
is.
we
yo.
got
Yeah,
Darth Reviewer. We got Darth Reviewer here. We're good. Like,
Well,
Yeah.
here's the
Yo,
thing.
it's
I
30
used to wear-
30
It's
something
cold.
degrees.
It's cold. It's damn cold. Okay.
I prefer
Yes.
wearing, like I don't like wearing jogging pants inside. Like I want to wear shorts, like jogging shorts. But I'm like, it's so cold. I have to put on my sweatpants.
Seriously, yo. It's
Holy
brick, yo.
shit!
It is brick out
Hey,
here right now.
King Style is just he's trying not to say Pokemon pajamas, but we understand, dude.
No, I'm literally wearing stripes.
It makes sense. Makes sense. Hey, so you've been hearing anything about this this takeover? I mean, I'm sure people have been talking about it, or this selling of WB.
I heard the rumor that the Saudis are participating in this.
I think that was one of the rumors that they might have mentioned at the beginning of the article. Like they didn't mention them specifically, but there's been a lot of rumors in general. There was like 5 or 6 different people. But as this article says, it's come down to the 3, which is
Well, it's not that the
Comcast,
Saudis are
Netflix, and
they're
Paramount.
backing one of the entities. I think they're backing either Universal.
I think it was
they're
Comcast,
backing
actually.
Universal and Comcast. So they're backing them in regards to money wise.
I think they're
And then they're
backing
going to be able to
Paramount
participate.
and Netflix, if I'm not mistaken, because they want a piece of the action, but they legally can't because they're a foreign country. And you know how American
Well, I don't
trade
know
law
about
works.
Netflix because Netflix got their own money. They got billions. I
Yeah,
don't think they
but
need any Saudis.
why not get free
I'll be
money
right
and
back.
free connections, right? Like I get what you mean, Angel, but like think about it from their standpoint. They're like, wait a minute, we're getting free money by a foreign country, by a crown. Fuck yeah, let's
I
do
feel
it.
you. But I think the Saudis are just there just in case if the price goes a little bit above what Paramount or Universal wants to buy, purchase that company for. That's why they lowballed them first in regards to the price. That's why they was like, okay, you know what, you want 30? We're only going to offer you right now $22 to $23 a share. That's what we feel that your company is worth. So either you're going to go to that, and I think I was reading a little bit of this article. The furthest they're going to go to is they're telling them, as far as their investors or the bankers, is telling Paramount to only go to 27. That's the highest that they're going to go to, is $27 an hour. So I'm sorry, I don't even know why I said hour, but $27 a share. So no matter what, Warner Brothers is not going to get the $30 that they want. So that's what I'm saying. They're going to have to go, probably the lowest, they're going to go in between to like 25 a share. I think Paramount is going to get this because Paramount, like I said, they're the only ones that want everything. They want all that IP. They want everything. The TV shows, they want everything. Everybody else, they're going to buy it. They're only going to buy the movies. And then what's going to happen is that Warner Brothers is still going to have to try to sell all of their TV entities, all of those shows, all of those other things to a whole other company. So that's going to make it a little bit more messy and make things longer for Warner Brothers to be able to get what they want.
Yeah, I could see Universal keeping the Cartoon Network channel or Boomerang for their shows because they have a lot of IPs that they can bake into cartoons, right?
But I don't see that happening. You know why? Because they're trying to get rid of most of their shows right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
They're trying to get rid of a lot of this shit right now. They're trying to get rid of NBC. They try to get they just got rid of MSNBC. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're trying to get
MS now. Like,
yeah,
that's a
they're
mouthful.
canceling a whole bunch of shit. They don't believe in cable that much anymore. That's why they're barely even making new shows. They don't believe in that entity no more.
That's why
they've literally seen that nobody's watching this stuff on cable. Cartoon Network and Boomerang, those are literally cable networks. They tried the whole streaming thing. It really doesn't work because, one, they don't have the entire catalog of the shows that they had. Because there's people today who's like, I kind of want to watch the first 3-4 episodes of Powerpuff Girls, Dexter's Laboratory,
or the New Adventures of Johnny Quest, right?
Yeah, exactly. And they don't even have those anymore. So
Tubi does.
Yeah, Tubi, that's about it. And that's what I know that's what Rupert Murdoch, the Fox family or whatever.
Yeah,
Something
the
like that.
Murdochs have it.
Tubi and
Yeah.
Pluto are killing it. Whether you like I don't really care for those because there's way too many commercials on them, but that's why they make all their money.
It's
'cause
free.
They're like, oh, it's
But it's
free, but
free.
let's throw you
Yeah.
25 commercials.
And
People still watch
I don't
just
mind the
from
commercials if it's free.
And just from it being
that's
free,
the
they're
caveat is the
killing it.
ads, which is worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're making their money and then some on just being free. That's how they're doing it, and they're killing it right now. So
Yeah,
Paramount would
they're
probably
doing
be the
great.
better deal, but other than that, it's wow.
Well, that's why
Paramount has
the other
they
thing
they have Pluto too. They have that free streaming service Pluto TV. So
Yep,
they
Pluto.
can put some cartoons on there if they want to. The good thing about it though is like imagine the Ninja Turtles being in the DC universe.
well, so
Like you could do so much
yeah,
stuff with the IPs.
yeah,
Go ahead. Sorry.
hold on with that. So let me go ahead. I'm going to read just a little bit more of this article because there's a few other things on here. So meanwhile, Comcast and Netflix each face serious scrutiny. The Post states, oh my God, why did you just jump? Post states outright that both companies face significant regulatory hurdles from the Trump administration, hurdles that could drag their approvals out for years. And in Comcast's case, debt concerns complicate the equation even further. Zazev may want a price with a 3 in it, but the early round simply isn't supporting that. The Saudi rumor. Here's the twist that anyone following a saga online will notice. Recently, some corners of social media and certain industry personalities repeatedly floated the idea that Saudi Arabian Public Investment Fund, PIF, was close, even a signature away from buying Warner Brothers Discovery outright. The speculation was loud enough that it became an ongoing talking point among fans. We obviously just talked about it. But now that the formal Warner Bros. Bids have actually arrived, something stands out clearly. The PIF isn't mentioned in any of the real reporting surrounding active bidders, not by sources, not by analysts, not in regulatory chatter. Yeah, it's pretty much that's there's some more stuff in this article, but what I kind of wanted to point out, and what they might talk about it in the article later, but I was wondering, I was like, what if they just start splitting off the different properties within this? Like that would obviously take a little bit longer and whatever, but it's like there's certain things that are definitely worth some money that could be worth money. And there's probably just a lot of fucking fat in these companies that are like in the WB company in general, where you're like, I don't really want this. Nobody's looking for this. Obviously it'll come with a catalog because you bought the company.
Well,
but
remember
if they split it up, because some of that stuff is strictly like you guys were just saying, and that's why I wanted to bring it up, is it's television content, and television content is out the window. Like nobody's looking for it. Nobody wants it. It's all streaming. It's all whatever. It's all free stuff. And it's like, why would you buy something that has television networks attached to it? It's like, I mean, if you do buy it, you should immediately just get rid of it. Cancel the whole fucking thing.
Well,
because it's
for
useless.
Paramount, I could see them acquiring the Cartoon Network brand so they could put more cartoons that they can't put on Nickelodeon, or like say they have Adult Swim, right? They can't put certain things on Nickelodeon because it's too raunchy, right? So they can use the Adult Swim brand to, if they want to make a mature cartoon.
Well, I mean, Paramount did like a mature freaking Star Trek that was terrible. And so it's like they're willing to put that shit out there regardless. Like, they'll use a brand that everybody knows, and they'll put some like adult rated version of it out there that everybody will hate because like, well, it shouldn't be that.
They used to use MTV, but MTV's pretty much dead now, so they can't do that. And Comedy Central is a comedy network.
Well, there used to be regulations on TV and stuff where it would be like after a certain amount of time, or after certain times of the night. Yeah, after like 11 o'clock at night, you can do slightly spicier stuff. Like it was never like nudity and stuff on MTV, but it was like, we're gonna get fucking as close as we can.
I'm from the era where BET used to have BET Uncut. And you used to literally be able to see raunchy videos where girls were asshole naked in some of the videos. You used to be able to see every Luke video, and Luke was the raunchiest rapper. Duda Brown and all that. I'm telling you, and I'm just talking about in the 90s. That was in the 90s. So think about when it hit the thousands, when it was Nelly and all those people.
Now because every time is every time. And what I mean by that is when you put it on streaming, anybody can see it at whatever time they fucking want. So there is no after midnight show. It's whatever time you can get to it, it's just there. So that idea is out the window now. Like you can't just be like, well, after 12 o'clock, these like they kind of do that on streaming. After 12 o'clock at night, these shows all of a sudden become available for 4 hours at night, and now you got to turn it off. It's like it doesn't work like that. They'd be pirated. It would be they could, but it's like it would be pirated. It would be whatever, and now it's available on a free site somewhere. So might as well just leave it up anyways. Like so, none of that would matter. It wouldn't work. It absolutely wouldn't work in today's era.
If they wanted to do that, they would literally have to put like all kinds of filters and like some kind of.
You'd have to pay
security
extra
thing.
for it.
That too.
Like
you have to have a premium version of the
you get a premium version and then put a parental password on it, and then your kid's gonna watch it or something. So it'd be extra steps. And then they don't want to upgrade their system like that. They're just gonna leave it on there. So
I'm just being blunt about this. Paramount is going to get this because Paramount is the only company that wants to buy everything intact.
Yeah, I think that would be the smartest one.
And everybody else that's going to try to buy, even if they buy, they only want small parts of the company. Now, the reason why I think Paramount would thrive with everything is because Paramount is right now trying to recultivate their TV programming.
I thought they were also trying to recultivate their movies as well by producing more movies.
Yeah, movies.
Yeah,
too.
and that's the thing. David Ellison literally is like he wants to maximize what he's doing in the proper way. He's even cited the Sonic movies as basically saying, "What we did with the Sonic movies, how we're basically making millions, if not billions, off of those. We want to do with other things. That's why we're going to go in that direction." For example, when he literally got the script, when Paramount basically had the script for Sonic 3 with Shadow, there were like small tweaks here and there, but he literally said, overall, I have no problem with this. This looks good on paper. It's just going to see how it flies when it actually hits the screen. And that mindset actually led Sonic 3 to make almost what, a billy?
Yeah, almost a billy if it wasn't for Disney fucking them with the fucking Lion King prequel, Mufasa.
Yeah, they took it.
If it wasn't for, they would have made $1 billion. They would have made $1 billion.
Yeah, because they did release that movie around the time. So yeah, they
literally stronghold the theater. If
they took away the IMAXs too. They took away the IMAX.
Well, that was the reason, yeah, because they had more IMAX theaters, and Sonic wanted to put it in IMAX, and they were in less IMAX theaters. But they still made, as far as theater wise, more money than the Lion King did, because the Lion King had to extend his freaking run. Yeah.
So, I don't know about where you guys are at. Out here in California, IMAX is about $6 to $8 more, depending on what theater you go to. So that's one ticket. You times that by X amount of theaters. Like, come on.
IMAX out here in Ohio is around that same 6 to 8 ballpark. But yeah, I've actually seen Sonic 3 in IMAX when it was in theaters. That should have got way more theaters than what it had for IMAX. Like literally. Watching it on IMAX really and then watching it just like on the regular screen, both are good, but the IMAX one really blows your mind. Like it really blows your mind.
Yeah, and then if I don't know if you guys got Dolby out there, like some movies I like better in Dolby because they have slightly more like they have a better, deeper sound. They have a more bassy sound, so it really rattles the theater when shit happens. So I don't know if you guys have Dolby out there, but out here in California, like we got IMAX and Dolby. Usually they're kind of compete. They're about the same. They're the same price. Just also Dolby theaters. I have like recliner seats, so you're just having like a better time. In general, you're just like, okay, I can sit back and relax on like a glorified lazy boy, and just watch basically an IMAX movie with better sound. You know, so stuff like that. Yeah, if you had that movie in more theaters like that, it would have destroyed Lion King.
I could see Paramount acquiring certain, Cartoon Network properties, like for example, like Ben 10. They want to bring in kids in, right? More kids. You could do that with the Sonic,
but it's not going to work that way though. Like that's what I'm saying. Like if you're buying Cartoon Network, you're buying the entities that's associated and everything. Like they're just not going to chop it into little pieces of peanuts and say, okay, here's one peanut, you could grab that for $3 million. Here's another peanut. You can grab that for $2 million. Like You know what I'm saying? Like the Cartoon Network, I understand that people. I don't think that the Cartoon Network is going to be as popular as it used to be, regardless, because what made it popular back in the days was the rare cartoons that you were able to see as far as anime cartoons.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I know
now
what you're
you can
saying.
see anime on Crunchyroll. Like you could go on Crunchyroll and see thousands, if not almost millions. I'm not gonna, I'm exaggerating, but I'm just saying you can see way more on Crunchyroll as far as to the T. Right now you can see it for free, but they're about to start charging after this year. You have to pay, the membership fee. But
yeah, or you can always go to a site called
You can go to the 7 C's,
Hi,
baby.
You just go to it's called Hi, and then one of your favorite things out there called anime. You just put those words together, and it's an absolutely free site, and it has everything you fucking want.
But Cartoon Network,
it's
back in the 90s, early 2000s, they had the best cartoons. So I'm not going to sit here and act like they didn't. Johnny Bravo, you know what I'm saying? Powerpuff
Samurai
Girls.
Jack.
Yeah, like they had the best. Afro Samurai. Like they had everything on there that you wanted to sit there and watch. And it's like, I'm not going to deny what they had back in those days, but people is just holding on to that nostalgia of what happened back then and act like Cartoon Network is still the same. And it's not. Like, it's not going to go back to that. They're not going to have those type of cartoons on there ever again. So
no, they're not, unless it's a toy deal or something. They're
That'd
not.
probably be it.
That's the only reason.
The only thing that could probably save Cartoon Network now is like if they actually say, okay, look, we want to not only create children cartoons, we want to create cartoons that are going to tell like somebody over there would say, okay, what was his name? Mike Piazza, the guy who was in charge of like the Adult Swim development.
I think it's
Laszlo. Thank
Mike
you,
Laszlo.
Yeah, Mike Laszlo. He literally said like what he would do for series. He would basically, it would either be something that would be like Super Jail or something that would just basically have some kind of witty moments, or he would basically have an overarching story in those shows, like what anime does. Like one episode connects to the other and it tells another story building up. That's what he wanted, and he was actually making it work. It was just that because of constraints, he couldn't get it the way he wanted completely.
Well, didn't they cancel the Venture Brothers out of nowhere? Like, AT&T literally pulled a fast one on them and said, "No, we're getting rid of this because it's wasting us money," and they were blindsided by that.
It probably costs a lot in production, though. You never know how much production.
It was in development for years. Like certain seasons would take 5 years. So I understand from a cost cutting perspective. Like, dude, we're wasting 5 years on something that's only going to come out every blue moon.
Yeah, that one that always tripped me out about like Cartoon Network and Adult Swim stuff. It's like they would take forever to make their shows, and it's like they would be, some of them would only be like 10 minutes long, and it's like, why is it taking you so long
10
to do
episodes when it should be like 30 or 40 episodes? Like, dude, South Park could make less episodes time wise. They literally have a bunch of seasons, like 4 seasons for like 20 episodes each. Meanwhile, it's taking you 5 or 7 years just to get a new season of Venture Brothers.
Yeah,
this is how I think Cartoon Network could be saved, and I'm just going to give you my opinion on this one. I think that they don't need to even really worry about being on TV that much. I think they need to create themselves more as an entity that travels around the country and reminds people what they had. You know what I'm saying? As far as pop-ups.
How do they do that?
Amusement parks.
They do
right?
that now. They do it now with
parks.
certain pop-ups. I don't know if you follow them like that, but they've been doing that forever, where they have pop-ups, they'll have concerts, they have comedy shows, they have a lot of different things that they do.
Well, I remember they did the Metalocalypse stuff for a while.
And that's what I'm saying. Like certain things like that, where they could be able to do, just for nostalgia, a Johnny Bravo, club night. You know what I'm saying? Where everybody could come in and dress up as a favorite Johnny Bravo character, or just show Johnny Bravo clips while you have some music dancing where people our age that remember it, and you can still have the young kids that don't know nothing about Johnny Bravo that could hear the type of music that they want to hear, some trance or whatever that it is that is popular.
Or Samurai Jack kendo classes. You could have a professional kendo guy who knows how to do samurai swords teaching the youth or people who were fans of Samurai Jack back in the day how to use it, and it's literally classes. with
Well, I mean,
the
we don't want
Samurai
them with real
Jack music.
stores, but
The
something like
problem with
that.
that is I
With the
think most
music
people
score
that
in the
were into that are
background.
too out of shape for that now. Like
I don't want a bunch of
they're like,
killers
I'm
out
not
there
doing
neither.
I'm not doing no kendo right now. And like,
Yeah.
I actually,
like they only
actually
can
know
do
a
is be
guy.
like, hey, it'd be like, hey, do you want this beer? And be like, can do, man, can do. I can do this beer right now.
I actually know a guy who runs his own sword training business. I would recommend him only for the fact that if you want a really good cheap laugh that you're gonna remember, this dude would be perfect for the Samurai Jack stuff.
I'm just saying, you get somebody that can do theatrics. You have the Samurai Jack music from all the scenes because there were bangers, dude. Those background musics were like new age / like electronic or like mystical like themes. Like you could literally practice to that.
But I'm
Yeah, a
just
lot of
saying, but
those old
it's
shows had
just
great
now,
soundtracks and stuff.
yeah. And those cartoons back then were just well written. You know, like this is what I mean. Like nowadays, you're just not gonna have cartoons like that. Now you're gonna have cartoons where everything has an agenda. They taking Transformers and making transsexual Transformers. I never thought that was possible. But
Look at
you know,
Steven Universe, Angel. I'll give you as an example. That came out like almost 10 years ago, maybe 8 years ago. That had an agenda behind it. Literally, it had the trans ideology / lesbian / gay ideology, and the way that they got around it, right, was they aired it on primetime. They aired it at 7 or 8 o'clock at night, and they made it PG, so that way nobody told them, "Oh, you're airing this to kids." No,
well,
we're
I mean,
not. We're airing this
there
late at
was a
night,
lot
and
of cartoons that started like that. I'm not gonna say back. I say early. I would say mid 2000s. That's when a lot of cartoons started having more agendas. You know what I mean? Like they started pushing it. But I would say even in my time, there were certain cartoons that had those agendas, but they were not as vocal. They were maybe in the background of the cartoon.
Yeah, it'd be like a side story in the background, like, oh, this person's trying to be an authoritarian, whatever. But then it was like, yeah, let's cut to the funny stuff.
Like
it's
even
like,
racism back in those days in the cartoons was mild. It wasn't that big. Like,
Yep.
oh, Jimmy is different. Well, we don't care. Jimmy is our friend, and he's gonna be cool with us. And that's it.
I
They
remember
moved
that
on.
Static Shock.
That'd be
Richie's dad was a racist, and he was like, and Richie was upset at his dad for like talking about Virgil.
So I remember I talked to the creator of Static Shock. I can't remember his name right now, but he was
Dwayne
at this
McDuffie.
yeah, so like he was at the comic shop that I support around here, and they do like a little get together thing once a year. They shut down like half a street. They throw like a giant like carnival type of setting type of thing. They get a wrestling ring. They get all this stuff. They get a bunch of vendors. They get all this cool shit. They get like the Ghostbusters cars and all this shit. And he showed up there, and it was, I want to say it was 2022 or something like that. So it was about 3 years ago. And the dude, like I talked to him, I was like, hey man, like, so what do you feel about them turning Static Shock's origin story into a BLM protest rally thing? And he straight up was like, I haven't even heard about that. The creator of the damn thing didn't even know that they did that to his character. Like that's how much he was like removed from it. Is kind of crazy.
That's because they literally found a way to basically oust him from it, because
like take the rights from him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
because
that's why when he died, right?
No, he's still
go
around.
ahead, Stace. My bet.
He's still alive. The thing was they ousted him because they some of these creators who basically have their stuff published by other people, they'll try and basically make the company come in and say, hey, look, we're gonna basically, since we're the ones putting this out, we're gonna take the rights, and we'll just kick you some royalty checks every now and then. And that's what happened to Static Shock, because when he found out about that, he was like, yeah, no, I never wanted that.
Wait, Dwayne,
he was never supposed, like,
Virgil
Dwayne
himself
was
dead. Dude, what are you talking
No,
about?
well then it was whoever the co-creator was.
They kicked his family out of the estate, didn't they?
Yeah, his wife, because what happened was, like, when DC was trying to buy Static and Milestone completely outright, because they only leased it, right? They paid them to be a part of their imprint. They didn't own the rights at the time. So the rest of the co-founders of Milestone said, fuck it, we'll sell out. The only one that held out was his wife. When he passed away, when Dwayne passed away, his wife owned the rights to partial rights to Milestone, including Static. and she was like, "No, pay me my money.
Yep.
I'm not giving you
So
that."
there's Dwayne McDuffie and Dennis Cowan. It might have been Dennis then. Who
Yeah,
I
it probably
saw,
was
but it
Dennis, but it was most likely Dennis because
Yeah,
Dwayne died in
Dennis. I wouldn't be
2012, I
surprised.
believe.
Dennis was the one. Who,
Okay, yeah, it might have been him then, but he was a part of it, and some like that. That's how his booth was sold. Was like, oh,
Well, he
one of the
must have been a
creators of Static
co-creator.
Shock or
He
whatever.
probably was
Yeah.
a co-creator, like
okay.
one of them. So it's
more than,
sad
it'd have
because
to be
his
the
wife,
co-creator's stat.
yeah, the wife had to fight for that, and recently DC compensated her, and now they own basically Milestone.
I was gonna say because I know they get legit people there because it's like, dude, Lou Ferrigno was there one time, and like a bunch of people like that, and they get all sorts of comic creators who just come by for signings and stuff. They're pretty legit out here. I was like, he had to be somebody. Like I'm not super familiar. I remember seeing the show back in the day, but I remember talking to whichever guy it was, one of the creators, because that's how they sold the booth. And I was like,
It
oh,
probably
that's
was
cool.
3
Let's go talk to this
co-creators,
guy.
including Dwayne. But I
Yeah.
heard that Dwayne McDuffie was the main contributor of creating Virgil, aka Static. So, but they must have had a strong input of his abilities or whatever his traits were as well. So, yeah, it's pretty messed up though that they don't really use Static anymore.
No, and he'd be the perfect like catalyst into like what they've been aiming for years. Like they want another good black superhero that probably a lot of us grew up around. I think a lot of us probably watched the Static Shock television show or like the cartoon and everything.
I was
Well,
never
like,
that into
he's
him
at least
like that. I thought
He's not
well,
only black.
He's at least a
Syfaxx,
little
he was
known.
like he was like Spider-Man for the DC universe before. Well, technically, Batman Beyond counts as well.
He's
But
also
yeah, go ahead.
he's also like the I would say the poster like black superhero for a lot of us in the 90s because of like he also follows the same tropes where so many black superheroes have lightning abilities for some reason.
Yes,
Like,
I remember that. It was
it's like,
ridiculous.
if you think about it, like you look down the
And-
list
and
and,
you-
you're like, this is kind of it's a trope for some I have no idea why. Couldn't tell
and
you.
Black
Like,
Lightning was technically
Exactly.
the first one, and then Vulcan, which was basically a copy of Black Lightning because they
Well, I
couldn't
mean-
get the rights to Black
I
Lightning.
mean, you also got obviously Storm, but I mean, she controls the weather.
Well,
but
she-
it's like
she
one of
controls
her
other
main things-
weather stuff,
Her main,
but she
her
has-
main thing she always
yeah.
used was lightning. Like,
I just
It's
never.
just-
I
it's
couldn't
just- it's
even get
always
into that
there. Like,
cartoon.
if
It was
I mean,
weird.
yeah,
I
mean,
understand
was
because like some
I was 9 or
some
10
of the
at
episodes
time,
was hit and
so,
miss, but
yeah.
the story was there.
Yeah, some of the episodes were like it. And
I think-
maybe it was because it was for younger demographic. For the comics, the original ones was more mature. So up until
I
the
just think
DC
he's
animated,
overhyped, just like Miles Morales is overhyped.
So Thiz,
I
Thiz
really
says
feel
Blade
that
was the
way.
go-to black superhero of the 90s. Blade is my favorite, like one of my favorite superheroes of all time. I love those movies. He happens to be black. Great, cool. I guess I like a black superhero. Like, who cares? He's just a badass superhero. Like I've always,
he was awesome, man. Blade was.
he's
the shit.
amazing, dude. That was
He was
one of my.
awesome.
I can still rewatch those movies. I can even rewatch the third one.
Yeah, and the third
You know,
one's
that's
not
saying a
that
lot.
good.
That's saying a lot. Like,
Al Simmons was a great superhero, and a great anti-hero, and I love what Seth
Ronnie,
MacFarlane
what's
did with
going on,
him.
brother?
Yeah, Spawn was good too.
Which one is that?
That was
Spawn.
Spawn.
Oh, Spawn. Yeah. No, Michael J. White. Like that place, like it, or that movie has like a special place in my heart. Like I literally have a giant Spawn tattoo and like a bunch of comics. I have all sorts. Like Spawn's one of my favorite, like aesthetically looking characters. Like I just like the Spawn design, everything about it.
I like the cartoon, but the
movie's
half-
she's super bad. It's terrible in so many ways, but it's like I can still rewatch it because
some of the cartoon
I know it's
episodes.
bad, but
The voice acting was bad though, Syfaxx. You got to admit that. Some of it was
Yeah,
good.
voice-
Half of the voice cast was good because they were actually good actors, right? But then
but it
you had-
was
Hey, what you gonna do? Hey, we better take care of this before the boss finds out.
yeah, but it was also
horrible.
done in
No,
it wasn't like completely animated in the way that we were used to animated stuff. Like it was done in a much like slower version. Like I felt like, and even slow for the
Claymation.
time. Because if you look at almost claymation,
Yeah,
like yeah, it
I
was
think that was
slow.
it.
it was just like it was a slower design, but I liked it. It was like more aesthetically pleasing. Like it looked good.
Also, Keith David did a good job as Spawn. He was fucking awesome.
Sergeant Giratina says, "Is the DA live tonight?" I don't know if he's doing. He does his. He's been doing the anime stuff. I think Friday nights.
He does it
Yeah, but
Saturdays
he said he's gonna
sometimes as well.
He does it. Yeah, it depends on how he feels.
Okay.
Yeah, he said he's going to try and do it tonight, but if he doesn't, then he'll just do it tomorrow if nothing comes up.
Because it's about what 8 o'clock over there. So if he does do it, he normally does it like about what 10.
I think he said 9.
10.
9, 10 o'clock.
So 9, 10 o'clock. Yeah. See, and,
If he
and the
does
thing was
one,
about the
I
movie
mean,
for all
he knows he can invite me.
Same here. For all the faults of the movie, the thing was, Todd McFarlane even said he had like I think about 40% of the input when it came to the script, because he was actually going to try and get at least 2 movies out of it, and unfortunately, we got what we got, and it was just like for all its faults, I still love it.
Well, technically,
Yeah.
we did get another movie out of it, Stace. It's just all they did was put the first 3 episodes and called it a movie when they aired it on HBO as the pilot.
Yeah,
That's all they did.
and
they did that a lot
that
back in the day.
screwed
Samurai Jack,
everything.
the first 3 episodes was called a movie. That's how they marketed
but
it.
then and then they broke it up to basically try to make it like a true TV series too.
Yeah, that's how they screwed over Todd. They're like, "Hey Todd, we'll make you another movie." They just put the first 3 episodes together and called it a movie. And they said, "We didn't break the contract. We gave you 2 movies."
Dragon Master Zero says, "Got to go to work, CL." Hey, dude, have a good night, man.
Take care, Dragon.
Going to work at this time? Well, actually, I don't know where you live, so it could be early morning where you're at. I'm assuming you're somewhere in the U.S., but you have a good night, man. Be safe out there. It sounds like the weather is bad all across the nation. Like everyone is cold, everyone's bitter. Be careful.
And everybody's a little
Good to see
tired, depending on the moments.
Yes.
Yes,
And
that's
drink
time of the
all
year.
the coffee. All the coffee.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I like the fact that Keith David played Spawn in one of the recent Mortal Kombat games. He interacted with Rambo, which was freaking
voiced
cool.
him?
Yeah, he did. He reprised his role.
Yeah. Keith David reprised his role in Mortal Kombat 11, which was supposed to be the Chronica story. He played he reprised his role as Spawn, and the funny thing is he actually not only has camaraderie with Raiden, because it's actually confirmed that Raiden, like Injustice 2 was canon, and Raiden's time in that, Raiden and Sub-Zero's time in that was legitimate. That's considered canon, but it's also considered that he's really good friends with both Scorpion and Sub-Zero. And the thing is, like, if you play the game and beat it with Spawn, he actually takes the Netherrealm for his own.
It makes sense because would be his own hell, right? So it makes sense he would be the king of the Netherrealm in that aspect.
Well, the thing is, from what it's basically saying, if you actually pay attention to what he says, it's like the Netherrealm is one of 9 hells. So he's basically talking about like the 9 rings, basically.
Yeah. It makes sense though, because they had Kratos. Remember that? They had Kratos in the original PS3 of Mortal Kombat 9, and he interacted with the other gods over there like it was nothing. Dude, imagine that. Imagine they did a canonic God of War game where he's fighting like Asian gods. That'd be cool.
It'd be cool. They just, I don't know, did what we all want any of these studios to do, and it's take these games that we love. And when you do either a live action, especially if you're going to do live action, just do the story we all know. Just do that. We just want to see the same thing live, and we know you got the graphics and CGI to do it properly. We fucking know you
the
do.
money.
We've
and the
seen
money.
it in other things. We were like, that would look cool over here. That looks awesome. Why don't you just add that to this type of stuff? Get the same studios. You guys all work together anyways. Find a way to make it happen. But they're like, no, we got to put our stuff into it to make it ours. Stop it. Stop doing that. You have all the stuff laid out for you. For a lot of these IPs in general, you have like decades upon decades laid out for you. And you're sitting there wondering, like, it's like, why did my story not do well? Because you didn't do the ones that everybody likes, the ones that everybody knows. You tried to do
The
your
one
own
story
bullshit.
I'm still waiting for. The one story I'm still waiting for is Mortal Kombat Fire and Ice. And the closest we've gotten to that is Battle of the Realms, which was basically a continuation story of Scorpion's Revenge. But it was still I'm still waiting for that game. In case nobody knows, Mortal Kombat Fire and Ice was supposed to be a sequel to Shaolin Monks. Unfortunately, the studio that helped make Shaolin Monks went out of business.
Yeah, but since they own the rights to it, right? They could have just gotten another studio or took some of the staff members and make a new studio to continue the work. They're just lazy. That's all it is.
Well, the thing was they wanted to do it, but Ed Boon even said it himself. They really have no experience when it comes to like adventure beat 'em up games. That's why they had to rely on another studio. NetherRealm Studios themselves is pure fighter. That's all they know.
Yeah, the Sub-Zero game. I'm sorry, I like Sub-Zero. Don't get me wrong, and I love Mortal Kombat, but that game was ass. It wasn't good. The only thing that was good was the cutscenes. That was it. The live action cutscenes that they had, that was the only good thing that made the Sub-Zero game good.
There's a lot of games that were out there at a certain era. I want to say it was like
for Scorpion and
2009
Raiden
through
and
2013 or something.
Set
There's
up
a
the
bunch
story
of games
for
that came out like
the
that.
fourth game.
Didn't Jax had his own game too?
The
Though
Sub-Zero game was unplayable. So First Demon Lilith is apparently a Mortal Kombat fan. She's been talking about it for a minute.
yeah, that game was
What
not
you
good.
Do you shit me in the
Mortal Kombat
I don't know what you're saying.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat Special Forces literally was rushed. Ed Boon himself even said that game was rushed because they wanted to put Sonya in there too. But the thing was that the way they basically when they basically said they were going to put it out, they were under a time constraint. So they literally said that game was originally supposed to have Curtis Stryker as the character, but they changed that and made it Jax. Sonya was supposed to be playable, but they scrapped her from it. She didn't make her appearance until the first game. So that would have been her second game canonically.
Also, DC versus Mortal Kombat, or vice versa, Mortal Kombat versus DC universe.
No, Mortal Kombat would have been her first. Mortal Kombat was her. Yeah, I know, but Mortal Kombat, like the first game, that was her canonical first one. The story wise, the tournament would have been her second game if she had made it into Special Forces.
I'm not disagreeing with you with that. I'm just saying that Mortal Kombat, the lore, they consider that crossover game between DC as canon, even though they shouldn't.
I'm kind of curious how much better off we would be if all these studios actually like talk to each other the way that fans talk to each other, like, because we like these crossover games, right? It's like,
absolutely.
Dude, yeah, I would love to see Marvel versus Capcom or whatever, like Marvel versus Capcom or DC versus whatever. Like they have these video games that intermingle these characters and they're all fighting and stuff. Like you got to there has to be a way to do movies like this, even if it's just an animation movie of some type.
Well, they did the Ninja Turtles Batman movie.
Yes,
and I actually like that.
That's cool that you brought
Batman
that up. I have
Yakuza.
another story about there's Batman Yakuza. I mean,
what you say, Angel?
That's just a storyline.
Oh, Batman versus the Yakuza. Yeah. There's a lot of crossover stuff. There's out there.
Look, so check it out. Look, we were talking about Paramount possibly buying it out or buying out WB, and also, I believe it was Kingstyle. Was it Kingstyle or Stacy that mentioned that Ninja Turtles would be able to be a part of the DC then, right?
I did.
Yeah,
and also like
so
all
because of that. So Paramount to rejuvenate Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, shelving The Last Ronin. Have you guys read The Last Ronin story?
I did. It was pretty good.
The great comic book. It's only 5. It's only 5 books They're
The only
relatively
thing
decent size, but yeah.
the only thing I didn't like was they had to shoehorn like let's get female Ninja Turtles in there because that's our demographic. I'm like, really? No, get
I
I
didn't
think
feel
that's
that
the
was such a
smartest
short.
move Paramount has made. They don't need no Ronin Ninja Turtle movie right now.
No, this is the
Like,
thing.
There's
Like,
no
so
reason for it.
so not only is so Paramount shelved this one, there's the other one that's been going around that I've seen people like kind of hyping up, which is the reboot or the redo of like Stargate. And the same people that are sitting there that are like, oh, it'd be so cool to have Stargate back, are the same people who, in all honesty, they trash on this stuff all the time, rightfully so, usually, because nobody trusts any of these companies to redo any of this shit.
I
We
trust
don't want
Paramount.
like
I would trust Paramount as
I would
well.
trust Paramount if it had Taylor
Look what they
fucking
do with Sonic.
Sheridan. If they had
Look what they did with
Taylor
Sonic, though.
Sheridan, but they
had-
ran that guy out. That guy's leaving for Universal. He's the
But look
only
what they
one that
did
I would
with
trust. there.
Sonic, though. They're gonna make sure that the
They did
product looks
one
accurate.
good thing. One.
But that was the
Uh,
smartest move that they ever made because ever since then they make almost $1 billion every movie when they drop it. Like
Yeah.
it's the smartest move.
Well, they also
Cater to
did
the
the
fans.
they
That's
did
why
the
they wanna-
last couple of Ninja Turtle movies, and those didn't.
But those are
Those didn't do
cartoons,
$1 billion.
though. But those are
Well, the thing
cartoons. What I'm
is-
saying is, with this one is live action. They're gonna want to make sure that everything is more detailed, everything is more compatible to what it's supposed
would
to be.
think.
So that's why. I mean, I'm more excited about Paramount doing it than anybody else. I'm gonna be
Agreed.
blunt.
Look, if they were
because
to do it, I would have more faith in them, sure. But just because I have 10% more faith in them doesn't mean I have 100% faith.
But they
that it's
listen
gonna
to
be
the
good.
fans. They listen to
Also-
the fans, though. Like if they was to
also-
drop a picture of some ugly Ninja Turtles, I guarantee you they would change them in a heartbeat. No other company would have done that, especially
No.
when Sonic dropped. Come on, other companies would have been like, "Well, we don't care."
They
what you
might
think.
be
We're
the
gonna
only
drop it
ones.
anyway."
You would think they'd be the only ones to listen, but they didn't listen when we all complained about fucking the design of what's her name? The girl in Ninja Turtles. What's her name?
April
Why am I
O'Neil?
blanking on it? April.
But you
April
keep talking
O'Neil.
about the claymation cartoon, like that's different. Like
That's not a clay. That wasn't claymation.
It looked like
It looked-
claymation
It
to me,
looked
but
claymation.
But all I'm
but-
saying is that was that one, but all I'm saying is that with this one, they know that
Everybody
they made the
complained about
mistakes. Yeah, and now they know. Okay, we're not going to do it that way. We're gonna do it as comic accurate as we can do it. That's exactly what they're going to try to do.
Well, you're sitting there thinking that because they learned their lesson one time, like they actually listened to their fans. They listened to it when we said Sonic is ugly as shit. They didn't listen. Why? Because they race changed it and whatever. They did all the other stuff. And yeah, well, we can't go against it now because we already made that decision and that would look racist. So no. They're not going to listen if they already changed something before they release it and then they release it and it happens to do with anything istophobe at all. They're not going to change it. When it comes to Sonic is a freaking blue hedgehog. Of course, they can just change the design. They're going to listen to that. If it comes to race swapping a character or anything like that, give me a break. When have they done that at all? When have they listened to the fans at all other than that one goddamn time for a cartoon character? A cartoonish character that's a freaking hedgehog. Like that's it. That's the only one they've ever done. And yes, we will give them credit for it. We can absolutely do that. I can
Absolutely.
praise them for that.
But
everything else, they've never done it. They won't do it.
Yeah,
They
but you have to
absolutely will
understand
not
with
do
those
it.
other. But the thing is not Paramount that pictures that was dealing with those other things. It was Nickelodeon movies. So Nickelodeon was the one that was doing all that nonsense. It wasn't like Paramount was like, okay, well, we're going to tackle this as a movie as far as our production team, our Hollywood, everything. This was just Nickelodeon's bullshit. You know, Nickelodeon always does some nonsense. Like Nickelodeon's always going to go on their own. And it even said it was produced by Platinum Dunes, a Nickelodeon movies. Like they were in partnership with Paramount. Paramount was just probably distributing the movie, but they probably didn't really have a whole bunch of insight in that way. Like
don't they have the rights?
That's actually true.
yeah, they do.
That-
Syfaxx. They own the rights. They own Nickelodeon.
They own the rights, but they sold
I
they
see.
sold the temporary rights to the company that Angel mentioned to make the movie, while Paramount was the distributor. That's why April O'Neil looked the way she did in the show.
I mean, look, I get what you're saying. Like, out of all the companies right now, Paramount, mainly because, in my opinion, like all the Taylor Sheridan shows, like if you've watched any of them, or like I've watched all of them, and that guy's he's comes off pretty based for the most part. Like he's just like, no, we're not fucking around with this too much. There's the little things here or there, but it's like it's the same kind of stuff you would have seen in the early 2000s, late 90s, whatever. It's like, yeah, that stuff, it exists. You got to acknowledge it exists. That's fine. Acknowledge it exists, but it's not your main focal point. The stories and whatever is going on doesn't revolve around that. It's just like, yeah, that's a little thing here or there. But I get what you're saying with that. Like they would be the ones to maybe have the best shot of doing something a little bit more accurately, especially because, like, yes, you are mentioning the Sonic stuff and everything, and it was good to see that. Hey, they seem to be the only company that of any company has actually listened to the fans even once at all, and even though it wasn't it wasn't fully their production, it was from somebody else, or like at least
because you got to understand
with Sonic it was, but yeah.
Because you have to
Other than
understand,
that,
before
been no one
Paramount
else.
even bought Nickelodeon was their own production company, and they had the rights to Ninja Turtles on their own. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't like Paramount had them forever. You know what I'm saying? Like when you read it, Paramount is the parent company, but the subsidiary is Nickelodeon. Nickelodeon was always their own production company and their own team on their own. They had their own channel.
Well, yeah, a lot of the times when these companies buy out smaller ones, they still operate as the company that it was. It's just this company now owns it or whatever.
Yeah.
But the parent company still has usually say so over it. Like, I don't know how parents work. You fucking rejects out there. Like your parents tell you what's going on. Listen to the parents. They're usually smarter than you. Yeah, it's unless you're in California. But but I mean, yeah, that it makes more sense. Like I get what you're saying. Like I would if there was a company out there that I would have a little bit more faith in, like a monochrome of more faith in, I guess Paramount would be the one. They're the ones doing a little bit more of the common sense route. They're doing the smarter moves. It seems like they've at least listened to fans, even if it was only one fucking time. That's literally 100% more than any other studio has, because no other studio has ever listened. So, hey, if you're the only one doing it, you've done it. Even if it's one time, it's still statistically, it's 100% more than everybody else. That's just statistics, people. That's how that works. But so, yeah, I get it. Like that would make a little bit more sense. But do I still have faith in any new live action adaptation of anything right now? Still no. I'm still gonna go no. I'm gonna be in like the night. I'm gonna be sitting there 95% against most of it until you prove me otherwise. Like I need to see like 3 or 4 in a row from any studio or something that I'm gonna be like, okay, you guys got it. You understand what's going on. Thank you.
Right.
You haven't earned my faith back, and I don't know if any of these companies really will. I mean, just because I go to the movies every week because I had a movie pass and I like movies doesn't mean I'm actually in support of your company. Like if I got a movie pass and I'm seeing all these movies for X amount of money, or like $25 a month, $28 a month, I'm technically seeing your movie for like $3. I'm seeing it for cheaper than matinee prices, or whatever. So it's not like I'm giving you my full dollar. I'm giving you 25% of what I think you're worth, or like I'm not giving you 100%. I'm giving you 25%. So I'm giving you that amount of confidence towards you. That's all I'm giving you.
Well, holy Syfaxx, I'm about to hop off because I got some.
Yeah, we'll be ending it here in just a second, anyways.
Well, yeah, mine's just at the door already, so I'm about to hop off.
Okay,
right now.
man. So, casual reviewer, everybody go check out Angel, or the Angel, casual reviewer. He has a bunch of clips, all sorts of videos coming out and everything. Go ahead and let them know where they can find you, man. Let them know.
Find me on YouTube, casual reviewer, as well as on X, and just check out some of my reels, my shorts. I've been posting a lot of those, trying to build up a little bit of a following through that as well. And check me out on lives, streams with Syfaxx on Saturdays. Hopefully Sunday with DA coming up. We got to make sure we watch Welcome to Derry as well. So we got to link up for that one side.
Yeah, we'll be watching that for sure.
Yeah, I gotta watch
Yeah.
that as well. That's good.
There's only
man.
2 episodes left, man. We gotta finish it up.
All right, for sure. So yeah, let me get up out of here. I'll talk to you guys
You have a
later.
good one, man. Thank you for stopping
All right,
by.
take care,
You have
man.
a good
Thanks,
night,
man.
man. Be safe out there. Stay warm, man. Stay warm.
I
It's
will.
cold out there.
Have a good night, Angel.
You too, man. Peace.
Go grab your lady. Get out of here. All right, guys.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. I'm out. No, I'm kidding. No,
Imagine you ended abruptly, like asserting somebody, like, bye, guys.
Yeah, just end the stream and just
end
don't
it.
tell
And
anybody
then me
about
and
it.
Stacy,
Never tell anybody.
Yeah, me and Stacy are like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah, no. We're good. We can keep going, especially if you guys have other topics. But if you have other topics other than this one, I just wanted to touch on this because you guys were talking about how how Paramount stopped this movie, right? And you guys were saying, I mean, we kind of already just talked about this, but
The benefit of DC,
the last
yeah.
Ronin, I think, the benefit of DC. Well, you were mentioning how then they could do the Ninja Turtles and Batman movie, and I was like,
they can do
I was
a
like,
live
that would make
action one.
sense if
They-
if Paramount buys it, you can do it because they will have rights to both.
Yeah, they could
And
do
I
a
was like,
live
that'd be
action
cool.
one. They could do a live
Well, I think,
whatever you'd call it.
I think that's what
with
they're
the Ninja
waiting for.
Turtles.
They might like.
I think that's what they're waiting for with the like if they were to acquire the WWE, that'd probably be one of their fast track things.
Also, Avatar, right? They can make more mature content on Adult Swim. They can make it because, dude, all that lesbian shit with Kyoshi and all that stuff. It's like, guys, just fucking do Adult Swim then. If you're gonna try to do something like that, don't put it in a children's show. Come on, Nickelodeon, don't do that. But if they wanted to, they could do mature shit with the Avatar stuff, and then they want to keep it young. They have the younger stuff. The new series now, it looks more for like really young people.
Yeah, definitely.
The art style doesn't look good for my eyes, so I'm like, this is probably much younger than we think.
Yes. So if Paramount were to buy WB and whatever, we could get those kind of crossovers. That could be interesting. I don't really actually want to read through this article because all it's going to say is they canceled it. Okay.
Well, I think they
we know
canceled
that.
it because they're scared. You know that they don't want to have like this big holy shit. This was great, and then everything else is so like wait. So it's basically a prequel. We're
This
going
looks like a new
backwards.
person. Valkyria. Oh, Valkyria Winter. I've heard your name before. Hail all, Futa Time, and Skull. I'll drink to hell all, but I don't think I'm down with the Futa Time.
I'm not down with the
That-
Futa.
You can you can have all the
I'll
Futa
pass
Time
on
to
that.
yourself. You can drink to that on your own. I'll drink to the hell to everybody. though. I
If you
can- I
mean
can do
Muda
that.
as in Great Muda, you know the wrestler, I'm for watching his pro wrestling matches. Yeah, Muda time, absolutely.
Oh yeah, especially with him and Sting going at it. Oh, that was
Yeah,
those
I don't-
Sting
I
with
don't-
the
matches I ever
mist.
seen.
I
That's
don't think
fucking
with that
awesome.
PFP that's what he meant.
Yeah, but I'm gonna take the F out and put an M, so I'm
Yeah.
not gonna accept the F part. No.
Oh man. Well, shit, guys. So let's see here. Have you guys all Val, my friend? Oh, okay. That's where you come from. I was like,
Gotcha.
I've heard your name before. I've heard Valkyria Winter before. Either on somebody's stream somewhere one time. I've heard that name.
What are your thoughts on Dispatch? You know, with Aaron
Dude,
Paul.
so I've been thinking about wanting to play it because I've been hearing nothing but good things about it. Have either of you guys played it?
Oh my god, it's good. I like it.
Actually, no, I haven't.
It's like what are those games called?
It's the tall tale games, the ones like The Walking
Tall-
Dead or the Batman
Oh, okay.
or The Wolf
Okay.
Among Us. I think the original Tall Tale company went out of business and they rebranded. Like they got resurrected under a new company. And then Dispatch was it's former employees that used to be a part of it, and they came back to finish The Wolf Among Us too. So
That
they're
would
kind of
make
doing their
sense.
own. They kind of did their own thing. Originally, they weren't going to do it, but Telltale said, "Please come back. We need you guys. You were the guys who were involved with this game." And they said, "Okay, on the condition we have our own studio. You can't meddle in our business. We'll come back and help you
That
guys."
probably worked out for him because I've been hearing about that game for at least the last week or two. And everybody's saying basically glowing reviews on it, and it's like, hey, that's cool. I mean, I haven't really done many computer games because my computer kind of sucks. But if
It's not that much.
if it's a Telltale Games kind of style of game, my computer could probably handle it. So
Dude,
I might
the
consider it.
only action is the cutscene / like them
Yeah, and
talking.
my
It's not
computer's it's not
much.
that bad. Like this, it can still handle like Final Fantasy 14 when I was playing it, and that was pretty high graphics. So, but other than that, my computer's kind of shit. It's like when I go to edit something, it's like something that should take me less than 2 minutes is like a 15-minute fucking debacle, and I'm just like, God damn it! Like, it's discouraging when I go. It's like, why aren't you doing more stuff? It's like you don't know what I'm working with.
I love
here,
the
man. Like,
dispatch, man, because it's, dude, you can make this into like a mature cartoon for like superhero stuff, like the Venture Brothers or Invincible. You can make it into that mold. I think it was originally going to be a live action or animated movie or TV show, if I'm not mistaken. And then when the pandemic happened, they had to scrap it because they were going to do video games too, but they were focusing mostly live action stuff. And then they're like, oh shit, we don't got the money to do live action. So we're going to go back to our roots. We're going to do video games.
They stretched themselves too thin. Of course, they knew that was going to happen.
Yeah, but that's why you have backup plans. Like they could still do live action, like Dispatch or whatever in the future. They can get Aaron Paul to play the dispatcher.
Well, I feel like they did. I mean, I don't know what the game exactly looks like, but I remember there was a movie that came out not too long ago. I mean, they've done a few like this to where it's done from the perspective of like a call dispatcher, usually 911 or some shit. And it's like, I think like Jake Gyllenhaal did one to where it's like it's all focused on him, but you hear what's going on the other end, and like he's trying to save the day without you actually seeing what's going on. So it's like a really low budget version, or like a really low budget way of doing an intense story. So it's kind of smart. Like it'd be a smart way to like do a story like that. So you could do a superhero version of that. You just hear like chaos and whatever going on, like, and you're like, maybe you get a glimpse into it here or there because like obviously it'd be cheaper, but it's like you can make that story happen. You could do that with like indie movies or something.
Well, unfortunately, they did that with Ice Cube with the World of the Worlds, and that was garbage.
Well, that was, yeah, I don't think that's a good way to do it.
Poor execution. It's a good concept on paper. Don't get me wrong, Syfaxx. That's a great idea if you're on a budget and you don't have to show a lot of things. You could just deliver the dialogue to give.
I had to mind wipe myself for that. I was like, I just need something to.
I couldn't even watch it. Like I remember I saw it on there on Amazon Prime, and I was just like, even just looking at the picture of it with Ice Cube's face, just like he just kind of has that weird like.
Yeah, because he's not acting. He's not, dude. He's not interacting with his co-stars.
It looks like, you know what it looked like? It looked like the thumbnails that you see your favorite movie reviewer people doing when you know it's a bad movie. They're just like, the fuck? But it's like the guy in it is already looking at his own poster like, the fuck am I doing here? And that's what it reminded me of. I was like, this looks like a bad thumbnail. And
it reminds me of Chris Stuckman.
Within one day afterwards, everyone was just like shitting on it. But they're also like, everybody watched it though, because it was free on something that everybody already has. Most people have Amazon. So it's just like, well, I'm going to watch it. It's on here. And then they watched it and they're like, I wish I wouldn't have done that. They're just sitting around like,
I think about finding a genie's lamp and rubbing it, and all three wishes being that I would not have done that.
He literally was on green screen. He was literally on a green screen, right? And he wasn't acting with anybody. He was essentially doing narration / voiceover work on camera because he wasn't interacting with nobody. That's why his pauses were awkward as fuck. Like it was so stiff. Because like, dude, how can you be talking to yourself and be like, oh, by the way, we have to go to camera 1 and camera 2. Lloyd, go to camera 3. We got to stop this the criminal, right? No, it's when you don't have co-stars around you, you're gonna sound really bad, unless you're a really good actor. Unfortunately, Ice Cube is not a good actor, so he can't pretend like he's doing voiceover work for like anime, where you have to pretend you're around people when you're not.
Yeah, because
Well,
if you pay
speaking,
attention to, like, say, the barbershop movies, or like movies that he plays in, he has to play off others. I'm sorry, I love Ice
He
Cube,
does.
but
I like Ice Cube, but Samuel
yeah, some
Jackson in
people
Triple X
some people
2.
are reactionary better than they are like delivering the lines on their own.
Samuel
And
Jackson
then
was
you
the
see a real
star.
actor who, or you see people like Ian McKellen, where it's like he broke down crying because he had to like act against a tennis ball, but even so, his acting was still great. Like it was just like, he was like, why am I talking to a fucking tennis ball? He was like, this is stupid as hell. But then you see the movie and it's like, he's still really good in the parts that he's in. Like he's still nailing it. He's awesome. But it's
Yeah,
like,
but Sam
then you see behind the
Jackson,
scenes, he's broken as a person. Like this is what acting has become. You're like, oh God.
Sam Jackson
Some
literally
people can do
carried
it, they
Triple
can't.
X2. He literally carried Triple X2 for Ice Cube. Because it's like, dude, then why don't you make Samuel Jackson the next Triple X then? Well, he's too old. Who gives a shit? Everybody loves Sam Jackson. Who cares?
Yeah, it's it's like Denzel Washington. He's an older dude. Like, did you see Equalizer 3? It's like he's not moving as fast as he used to, but it's like I believed everything he did.
Like, dude, you don't
I was
have
just
to
like,
have
I
young
believe you.
action stars. You can have older ones. Like, I don't get that. Like Sean
Well,
Connery-esque
I think
guys.
the problem with that is like that it's not exactly the problem with it for us, right? We want to see that. We want to see the people we grew up with and all that. But it's like if they only keep giving us that, then when the new guys come around and they're nowhere as good as that, we're gonna believe them even less. So they gotta almost take away from that, which kind of sucks because of course we want to see our old action stars being action stars still. But if you keep giving us the best of the best, and then all of a sudden it's like, hey, check out this new generation, and they're sitting there like basically slap fighting, like cat slap fighting, and they're like, oh my god, this sucks. Yeah, you're gonna be like, this clearly isn't as good.
Yeah,
it's gonna be the gap is gonna be too wide of like, yeah, pause. But but it's like that generational gap of like the fucking the fighting styles and the believability is going to be too wide, where you're going to be like, I don't believe any of these new up and comers. I don't believe one fucking second of
well, that was the problem,
which is crazy because like you can go onto like you can go on Instagram, TikTok, any of that, and there's like a bunch of young new fighters and they're like awesome and doing kicks and flips and all sorts of shit. The thing is they want to be Instagram, TikTok stars. They don't want to be movie stars. So there's kind of people out there with this kind of new skills that are usually pretty excellent at those said things. They don't want to be in movies because they didn't want to learn how to act. They just like, I just want to do my thing and I can make money off just my thing. So you've lost like these people who, because a lot of these people, they still were talented in other fields. Like before they became actors and whatever, they're like, well, I happen to be a good singer. I happen to be good at guitar. I happen to be XYZ. I happen to actually train in the background. So they were already kind of building other skills while they were pursuing acting. These new up and coming people, they're not pursuing acting. They're just like, I just want to be on TikTok. I just want to be on Instagram. I just want to, and it's not the same thing as acting. Like they can act for 30 seconds and it takes them 80 takes before they post that video that you saw. You were like, hey, that was actually pretty funny. Good job. It's not the same fucking thing being in front of all the cameras, in front of 50 to 100 people watching you. It's a whole different beast. And so you don't see those people really transition well into movies. It's because it's a different fucking beast. Hey, you're costing us $10,000 a take here. Get your fucking shit together. It's like when you got that kind of pressure on you, it's going to make you even worse because you're not used to that. You can just sit there and bust out your phone and be like, I can do this 1,000 times. There you go.
Well, agreed.
And that's the difference.
You look at certain people, like certain celebrities, or like the Paul brothers, or like Machine Gun Kelly or whatever, and they're famous for their shit that they do, but they're on social media, and most of their fans like them for social media shit. So
Yeah.
they don't give a shit what they do. And like you said, the lack of actors, right? Like for example, the Running Man, right? The guy that they put as the lead, he's not a lead. You put him in.
He was trying to be a lead, and they're pushing him as a lead. Like he's the male. I don't want to say he's the male version of like Zegler and stuff like that, but he's clearly being pushed, and he does like a lot of people like Glenn Powell, and I mean I like him for the most part, but he doesn't have that lead quality. There's certain dudes that just don't have that lead quality. You know, what he'd be good in probably a TV show. Like he'd be a good lead in a TV show. And
He's
that'd
like
be about
Pedro.
it.
He's like Pedro Pascal. Pedro, look, people can shit on him, and he deserves some of it, right? I'm not going to say he doesn't.
He's still a good actor,
but he's a good actor. But he's a good lead only for television. He's not a lead. He's a supporting guy for movies. For movies, he's a supporter. That's it. He's not. Or maybe the villain. He's not the.
There's
hero.
certain people who transfer over well from television to movies. But it's very few, and you can usually tell, especially if it's their first movie or whatever. It's like you actually kind of don't work here, man. Like I liked you and everything else I saw, but when I see you here, you're not bringing it. Like something about it. Like I don't believe you. But if it's like I see you in a TV show long enough, you can sell your character. Like you're good at selling a character, but it's going to take you a season to sell that character. And now I'm like, now you're that character for life. Like you're that character always. Like there's few people who transfer over good from television. Like what's his name? The dude from Firefly. And he's in a bunch of James Gunn stuff. He's in The Rookie. What's his name? Fucking jeez, why am I blanking on his name?
Yeah, like, Firefly, dude. That's been that. Like to be fair, I was like really young when Firefly came out, man.
Okay, so he was in Castle. He's in the show The Rookie. I know his name in The Rookie. His name is Nolan, but it's like that's not his fucking name. Why am I blanking on his name?
Just look for it quick though.
Yeah. Rookie actor.
Because I know what you mean.
Here.
Like,
Nathan Fillion. Nathan Fillion, right?
Nathan Fillion.
Yeah, Nathan Fillion. So like, he's a great TV actor. He's in a ton of stuff on TV. He's great. Yeah, but even when he's put onto into movies, he's usually not the lead in movies. Like Firefly movie is probably one of the few things I can think of him being a lead in. And he's good in that because he's playing the character from the television show. So you know him from that. He's built up that character. You believe him as that.
Yeah, it's like William Shatner.
Usually he's
Trek
like
movies.
he's like a side person in movies, and he's fine in that role because you're only going to see him for like 30 seconds, maybe a minute and a half or something. And you're like, okay, yeah, that character gets offed or something. Like, and he still did a good job for his little bit of screen time. But it's like, would you want to see him as that character for an hour and a half, 2 hours? Absolutely not. No, like he's a good television actor. Now it goes the opposite though for movie actors. When movie actors have started to do like television roles, like a great example would be Sylvester Stallone in Tulsa King. He fucking destroys it in Tulsa King. Like he's absolutely believable as like a mob boss gangster type dude. He kills it in that. He is awesome. Like it goes the opposite way.
The same thing with Pierce Bronson as well. Like when he's in that gangster. Oh my god, what's the name of that show? What was the name of that gangster show that Guy Ritchie did? You know what I'm talking
Sopranos?
about?
No.
No, Guy Ritchie.
The Guy Ritchie one. Shit.
It'd be cool if he did a Sopranos remake, but it'd be in the UK though.
No.
Yeah, and I don't think that would go over very well.
Yeah, well, there would be no gunplay except for
it has
cops.
a really easy name. It's like The Guy or something. It has a really simple name.
The Mob. What was it called? Mobland? Mafia Land?
No. The Gentleman.
Okay,
he did The Gentleman.
It had.
He did a movie, or he didn't do the movie, but he either did. No, I think he did the movie, and somebody else did the TV show, or vice versa.
Yeah, no, because like, Pierce, him and who was the guy who played Bane in The Dark Knight Rises? What was his name?
Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy. They did that
He
show.
did the movie. They did the movie, and then no, the one he was in the movie. The one you're thinking of is the movie. The Gentleman, the movie is different
Okay.
than the show. And there,
I thought-
it's actually a different director and stuff. I
Okay, I thought he was in the show, but
I'm pretty sure that's the one where it's like they actually had a different director.
But Tom Hardy, he is a good actor, despite the fact that he plays crazy roles sometimes, and sometimes it's his detriment. He can act in television. He can. Some actors
Yeah.
can't do both. You can only do one or the other. It's a rare exception. Like the theater actors, right? They can do both. So, like for example, what's his name? From Patrick Stewart. He could do both. He could do movies.
Okay,
and
no,
TV
so
shows.
no, he actually did both. There's a show and movie that came out. It wasn't this one, but no, Guy Ritchie did both. He did the movie and the series. And okay, so that makes sense. But there was a show that came out not too long ago. I can't remember what it was, but somebody did the movie and somebody did the show. There were two different directors basically. And actually I think both of them ended up being pretty decent, but it was like a different creative minds behind it. I thought it was The Gentleman, but maybe it's because they probably have different directors on each episode. Maybe that's what it was.
It could be because sometimes they
do that a lot.
Because sometimes it's just the pilot or the last episode because they're super busy with other stuff. That usually is the case.
I'm gonna use the restroom real quick, grab
All right,
a couple
man.
more beers, and then when I come back, I was thinking since you guys I know are both anime fans, maybe we could talk a little bit of anime and then start wrapping it up after that.
Yeah, sure thing, dude.
Yeah,
let's do it.
We can start talking some anime. Start thinking about some of the stuff you guys want to talk about. I'll be back in a minute. Obviously, talk amongst yourselves. Say hi to the
Alrighty.
chat. Say what's up to everybody. I will be right back.
Alrighty. So, what are your thoughts on literally Boruto Blue Vortex? Or have you not seen it?
I really haven't seen it. Like, to me, I think Naruto ended when Naruto became Hokage. He married Hinata. I was like, okay, that's me. I was like, that's it. I really have not seen
understand that.
Boruto
To me,
at
I
all.
see it as a continuation. Like, you know how like Dragon Ball Z was supposed to be Gohan, like after the Cell Saga?
Yeah.
It was gonna be the Busai was literally gonna be a Gohan centric thing, and it wasn't. And then Akira Toriyama said, "No, let's introduce Goten and Trunks." And then it's like, "No, let's go back to Gohan." You know what? Fuck it. The Japanese fans want Goku. Let's give him Goku.
Yeah.
And it's funny because, and people still debate this, right? Was Goku stronger than Ultimate Gohan? It's like, yes, he was. According to the writing, he was. He is stronger.
It's not just according to the writing. It's actually according to the like how their lives went. Because if you pay attention, in basically Super, GT, both stories basically tell the point where Gohan literally hanged up his fighting gloves and basically went full time
a scholar,
yeah.
Which
Now,
is unbelievable. I'm sorry, that is so unbelievable that a fucking like 12, mommy, daddy, I want to be a scholar when I grow up. I'm like, no.
See, I think that was Chi-Chi. She got him early and said, "Yeah, this is what's going to happen to you. I'm basically going to take that Saiyan part of your father. I'm going to take that out of the family." I'm like one, I bet she didn't even know about that, and two, I'm like, how are you going to just nerf his fighting ability from birth?
And
Like,
it
how you
doesn't
gonna
make
do that?
sense because her dad was a fighter too. People forget that the Ox King was a warrior.
Yes,
and
he
to an
was.
extent, Chi-Chi kind of was too because of her dad's training.
Well, what if
she was actually a sorceress?
Applied...
She was a sorceress because most of the time she was seen in like first off in Dragon Ball, she was using magic from her helmet. It
She
isn't
was,
until
but I'm talking about the 21st tournament. Go ahead.
What if she was using what if she was looking at it like, look, if you can apply that kind of same physicality to your kind of growth, what if you applied that to your mind instead? And you could be a scholar to influence everyone else based on your words. What if they were thinking that? Maybe it didn't come across that way, but there's a possibility
Maybe,
of that. If
but
you
it's
have
like,
the Saiyan mindset and you can become the strongest physically, why not be able to become the strongest
yeah,
mentally?
but she should have told him, "Hey, Gohan, why don't you be a martial arts instructor or fight a prize fighter instead of actually being like your dad?" I would have been more. It would have been more believable to be
Now,
like Gohan's
it
like
doesn't work
doing
for the
that.
show because the show is obviously about being the strongest fighter. Like
Yeah, but Gohan
that's
can
what
have his
Dragon
own
Balls is
arc.
kind of about. But yeah, if you're
Yeah, I
gonna
get
do
it.
that, you should explain it. Like I could see
Well,
them going for that. It just didn't come across right.
Well, I kind of blame Akira Toriyama for this, and he even like before he died, he even said, "Yeah, this was basically something that I basically dropped the ball on because if you pay attention in the first few episodes of Dragon Ball Z, like in Dragon Ball, nobody knew he was a Saiyan because it was never really expounded upon, right? Then comes Z, we get like the first what 3-4 episodes of Z. Raditz shows up. He goes, "Yeah, I'm your big brother. You're not from this world. You're from another planet. You're a Saiyan." Now, at that point, if you pay attention, Chi doesn't know that, and she doesn't even get the hint. She doesn't even give the hint that, oh,
I
okay,
mean, they had
my
to know he was different. He
Yeah,
had a
he has a
freaking monkey
tail.
tail.
He has a
what?
fucking tail on his ass. What do you mean he's not like? I get what you're saying, Stacy, but it's like, dude, they knew he was different to a degree. Like
Yeah,
they
they
knew
knew he was
something was
different.
up.
They knew he was different, but they didn't know how different. It like the only one who even gave a hint that he possibly knew something more was Master
Was him
Roshi, and that's
himself with the freaking
only
tail and
that's
turned into a giant ape.
only yeah, exactly. That's only when Raditz basically said, "Hey, did you ever suffer a hit to the head?" And that's
Oh,
when Roshi was like, "Oh yeah, Goku, you remember do you remember growing up as a kid?" He's like, "Yeah, at one point I was like a little punk to my grandfather and then something happened and
He
next
got
thing I
booted out
know."
of space or some shit.
Exactly. Like,
also,
next thing
Kami would be Kami and Popo would be the other ones that would know about
yeah,
him being a
Kami and
Saiyan.
Popo. No, yeah, Kami actually gave a hint. He's like, "Yeah, Goku, I knew about you before you even landed on the planet. I knew that one day you would come here, and I was willing to let it all happen." Kami, it made sense to
Yeah, so only
because
certain people knew that he was different. Like even Grandpa Gohan, he didn't know exactly why, but he's like, no,
yeah,
he has a fucking tail.
yeah,
Um,
he's in the same boat as Roshi. They know something's up. They know he's different in a vast number of ways. They just don't know how different.
and everybody else was like, oh, this poor kid was born with a fucking monkey tail. What a poor bastard.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's all they
So check
thought.
it out. Like, so I wanted why I wanted to bring up the anime stuff is to see if any of the new ones that are out from this year that any of you guys would actually recommend. Because I know one that I've been talking about, like Gatu Gatu or Gatu Guta, whatever you want to call it. I would recommend that one. But is there any others that are standing out, or if even that one, if you guys wanted to talk about it, just so we can like end on
Um,
maybe some recommendations for some people and whatnot.
have you seen My Status as an Assassin obviously exceeds the heroes?
It, no, I don't think I've seen that paragraph anime. Like
You gotta love Japan for their long ass titles. It's
exactly.
like gotta love it.
The story is it's very similar to some of the isekai that I watch. The thing is this, like everybody is basically summoned. They're all told, yeah, you could be warriors of some kind. The
like
class president,
my hero, my shield hero or whatever.
some not like that.
What's it
Basically,
called?
My Hero
Shield Hero?
Academia, you mean Syfaxx?
No, there's one called like Shield Hero or whatever.
Yeah,
and
Shield
they
Hero
all-
Shield
was
Hero is
good.
different because if
they all get summoned and they're all supposed to be one specific thing, and then
yeah,
he
but
becomes
the funny thing is
awesome.
this: they are actually summoned from the writer. I gotta give the writer credit. She literally said, "Yeah, the way I told the story was there's 4 different Japans, and they were all summoned from each one of those 4." And I'm like, "Oh, so this is like one story where there's different universes that are colliding."
for
Okay,
Shield Hero.
yeah,
Well,
for
that's
Shield
freaking
Hero.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that I mean that's kind of shown through the show because they all have different interpretation. Like they're it's all Japan, but they're all different universe Japans.
Right.
Which is a
Now,
cool concept because it makes sense that your weapon that you have, or
Well, it's like
whatever,
certain things when they talk about it together, or like the way that they talk to each other, it's like that didn't happen in my timeline kind of thing. Like it's like everybody's timeline is different, but they know the cities and stuff. The cities are kind of all the same, but it's like when it comes to what took place in their timeline doesn't add up, or like it's almost like have you ever seen those I can't remember which one it was, but just like there's different things where it's like you go to a different timeline and it's like, oh, instead of Sylvester Stallone is the Commando, it's like, or instead of Schwarzenegger it's Stallone or something,
yeah,
but it's the
in the
same
movie,
poster.
in
It'll be
Last
something like
Action
that.
Hero, the Terminator, they showed that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
was Sylvester
exactly.
Stallone for
It's
Terminator
kind of that
2.
idea, but times 4, like, like
Oh yeah, speaking of which, we should talk about this later after we talk about this other anime stuff. But Dragon Ball Super might be coming back soon. So
Yeah, I heard there was
what
supposed to
about
be like
that?
another batch of the mangas coming. Because the guy who was helping Akira Toriyama with Super, after Akira Toriyama died, he took over.
Yeah,
But
Toru, yeah.
Yeah, I heard a producer behind the anime of Super died, so I'm kind of wondering what's
Yeah,
gonna happen there.
he did the Brawly movie, the recent
Yep.
Brawly movie. He passed away. It's like, dude, the stress is real, man.
Definitely, but yeah, it's my status as an assassin is like it's kind of like Ari Ferretta and Failure Frame, where like a whole classroom of students is summoned. The thing is, like, the hero gets these stats. Everybody's like, oh, okay, so yeah, he's supposed to be a hero. The thing is, the stats for the assassin are basically like 10 times his stats. So he's like, I'm an assassin, but yet my stats are like 10 times greater than the heroes. And like when they're all summoned, okay, they're getting training, but the assassin's like, oh, I can just basically disappear.
Or which one is this again? Sorry, I missed it.
My status as an assassin obviously exceeds the heroes. Now the funny thing is this: he can just stand still and nobody would notice him. This, like, he could literally stand right next to you or right in front of you. You would never notice him. And he basically is accused of murdering the Knight Commander, when in reality he knows the truth. It's not him who murdered the Knight Commander. It's actually the king of the nation that summoned him. It turns out there's something going on. I'm actually reading the anime. I'm reading the manga, watching the anime, and I've yet to find out what's going on. I'm basically following it as it's coming out, but it's actually a really good story.
I was gonna say, because the two that I was catching up on, like I think I'm a couple episodes behind on the Gatu or Gachukuto, however you pronounce it. I don't know. I've been hearing pronounced different ways. But that one I'm behind on. I really like the animation on it. And then the other one, and this one already ended because there was only 12 episodes, I believe, was Clevitas. Did you ever check that one out? Clevitas was really good. Or Clevitas. It was like that one was super. Like the first episode caught me. I was like, this is actually pretty cool. Like it's a super interesting little story. And it's like I would recommend those ones. The other one I tried to watch that people were saying was good was The Water Magician, and after like episode 3, I was like, "This is kind of lame. Like, it's not that good."
Yeah, I do the 3 episode or 4 episode rule. Like the first episode is going to be the boring.
For some of these.
Yeah, because the first episode is like, oh, I remember there was a guy named
Introductory.
Digibrony. Like Digibrony was like, oh, the first episode of Gate, you could tell it was a shitty anime series because the first. I'm like, no,
and then it ended up being super dope. Yeah,
no, it was dope.
Yeah.
I love Gate. It was about an otaku who loved anime, who's like, he somehow like he joins the military to go to another dimension to fight monsters and mages and stuff like that. It was pretty cool. And he was not your
there's plenty of anime out
stereotypical.
there. There's plenty of anime. The first episode where it's like, it's like it throws you off. You're like, I don't know if I'm gonna like this or not, because it's like it sets it up and it takes a second to set up. And because animes are only 15 to 18 minutes, give or take, depending. on how
Plus commercials. Yeah,
depending on how.
But here's the thing, though. To be fair, though, the first episode is always going to be the You want your first episode to be good enough where it's like, okay, I got to watch the second episode.
Like,
You don't
I
want
wanna
it to
see
be
where
the
it's
greatest
going.
thing episode. You don't want it to be the greatest thing ever, because then every other episode is boring as fuck.
Yeah.
No,
can't
if
do
you
a
watch
great
if you
epic.
watch anime in general, like usually the 6th episode is where the turn happens. Like Solo Leveling is, I think, like my most recent
Ooh,
good
the Solo
example
Leveling's
of that.
good. Yeah.
Solo Leveling episode 6 is where the turn happens, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, like they hit that music, and it's like he's just like, okay, I'm in it now. I'm devoted. I'm committed, and you're just like, oh shit, like that. It gets real after that. After that, it's like, okay, this is no joke anymore. Like, no, I'm actually killing people or whatever. It's like you're just like, oh shit, like you I'm not saying you could see it coming because I don't think I saw that coming, but they do lead up to that throughout the episodes. They're like, well, this is a possibility, but it's like you think your protagonist is going to be the one to be like, I'm going to prevent this. And it's like, nah, I'm going to partake in some of this. like it's like, all right, go for it, dude.
Oh yeah, the another anime series that I would recommend is the Appraiser. It's about basically an underdog would be loser to his peers around him, but he gets better as each episode happens. He's not a loser.
He's
Kinda
using
like
his
those-
appraisal skill to basically not only help himself but help
learn
those around
everything
him.
about it.
Yeah, he becomes a warrior from this, which people
Yeah,
were doubting him. They're like, "No, you're a fucking loser. All you do is
I
have this
seen
one
that.
skill." Dude, I love
seen
that.
that.
I love stories like that. Like
So
you doubt
this
somebody.
one's a little bit more mainstream, and the only reason I'm talking about it is because my friend was just rewatching it, and he was showing it to like his kids who are they're high school age, so it's appropriate for them, whatever. But it was Blue Eyed Samurai. Did you guys check that out when it first dropped?
I saw the first episode only. I
Netflix.
want to watch it. I want to watch more
So-
episodes.
So I would say, like, if you watch just even the first episode, it has so many callbacks to basically every kind of anime you've ever watched. Like if you watch Naruto, if you watched Dragon Ball, whatever, it's like or Samurai Champloo. Even there's like even one of the first scenes is it's almost a ripoff of it's like a ripoff of so many other animes, but it's done in a way that you're like, this is kind of cool. Like you like it because you're like, I've seen this, but it's done a little bit differently. And maybe because it happens to be, I guess you could say girl boss, but it's not. It's just but it explains it. And this, I think it's like a great representation of what we are talking about with regular movies when we think like, look, if you're going to girl boss it up, do it this way, explain it. You know?
Say that she
And
has a
they
special ability or some shit. Like she got
well,
a
yeah,
special
if you're
amulet.
if you're doing Marvel stuff, explain it, whatever.
'Cause,
But it's like
dude,
with
that's
this,
what in
it's the way that she
Dispatcher-
trains. It's the way
Mhm.
that she trains and the way that she uses like the heavy weights and whatever. So she's smaller, quicker, faster, but she also trains with weights that are more heavy than everyone else. So when she takes like she does the drop scene where like Goku did that when he was on the planet and he runs around the planet all crazy. And then they also did it in Naruto when what's his name, Lee, whatever, what's his name, something Lee,
Rock Lee.
He drops the weights, and all of a sudden it's like, dude, you had like 800 pounds on you, and then all of a sudden he's just fast as fuck. They did that, and they also combine that with like a samurai type of thing, and it's like so she becomes super fat. Like she's just like, yeah, I was holding back, by the way, in case you didn't know. And then she just fucks the dude up.
They did
And
the
it's
same
like,
thing.
It's a
with
smart
this-
move, and it explains stuff, and it gets people past that idea of girl boss. It's like, no, you explained it. You explained it in a visual way. Like, here's a visual cue to tell me why you're as good as you are. And
They did
we're
this-
missing that in so many movies in general.
I'll
They did
tell
the
you
same
one
thing-
character.
Oh, go ahead,
I'll tell you
go
one
ahead.
character who basically who exemplifies the right kind of girl boss.
Revy.
This no, dude, no, that's
I love
crazy
Revy.
girl boss. Okay,
I love Revy. I got her tattooed on here somewhere too.
but there like in case you ever want to give this a chance, Syfaxx, the series is called Black Clover, and there's a woman in there.
Oh
who
no, I've tried
literally-
it.
Oh, okay. So I don't know if you know this character or not, but she is literally girl boss explained properly. Her name is Mara Leona Vermillion, and I'm like, At first,
Okay.
I'm like,
I think I saw up to that point.
I'm like, this
So-
girl,
so-
this woman's kind of nuts. She thinks she. Then I see how she fights, and I'm like, oh, okay. She makes the other men actually go. Maybe I better approach her with caution. Even Yami Sukihiro looks at her and goes, "Yeah, I would normally joke with people. I'm staying away from her." I'm like,
Yeah, she's a
okay.
savage. She's a savage,
Yeah,
dude. Like
and she backs it
literally.
up.
So I've been trying to catch up on Black Clover because the first couple times, and whether I've watched it like I've tried to watch it in dub and sub, because the first time that I was able to find it was the dubbed version, and the main character's voice is terrible. They say it gets better later on, like whatever, like they say it gets better
a little
and
bit.
they also say it gets better in the subbed version. And both of them, I couldn't stand either one, but I watched it far enough to get to a point where I understood a lot of the story. I would say I probably made 20 episodes in, and then I was like, okay, let me try a different one. And the one that I tried that's almost the exact same fucking story is called like Muscle vs. Magic or Muscles, whatever. It's a Netflix show. And it's almost literally exactly the same fucking story, like almost
Well,
verbatim. I
look,
was like,
they
and I watched
copy
it
shit.
right after on complete accident, but it's almost the exact same goddamn thing. And it was kind of a trip. I was like, but I mean, I like the other one. I like the Muscle. I think it's called Muscle vs. Magic, or it has a really simple name like that.
Yeah, I think I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, it's literally Harry Potter meets JoJo
exactly.
Bizarre Adventure.
Yep,
Basically,
is that one. And I was like, but when you watch it, if you were to watch them back to back, you're like, it's the fucking same. It's the exact same goddamn story, like almost beat for beat even. And I was like, I just watched this because I played it right after. I was like, let's go to something else. And then I played that one just by random happenstance, and it was just like, I just fucking watched this. What is happening? It's just like different characters with the same name.
Did you guys ever seen Sakamoto Days? That's actually pretty good.
I've actually seen season 1 of that show, and it's actually really good. I actually want to get around to season 2, but I'm like so busy right now. So
I like the fact that he's a fat Japanese dude. He used to be
but
fit
he's like
and
he
handsome.
still has the spirit of like
yeah,
being
he's
young
still
and fit.
he could still kill. He could still like run.
Well, it's
as
like your
fast.
reflexes are still there. It's like I've literally been through that. I've been like 260, 70 pounds. I've been down to 185 after that, and now I'm sitting around like 215. And it's like I still got reflexes. I still can play my guitar like I used to. I can still do pull-ups. I still have like my strength and whatever. Like, but it's like I'm definitely not as in good shape as I once was, and I'm not in as worse shape as I ever was. So I'm like in this weird, not quite middle spot. I'm still in better shape than I ever was at 270, but it's like I understand. Like, so stuff like that, I'm like, it kind of resonates very well with me. So I get it.
I like that series. I like the fact that he retired because he fell in love, but I don't like that he was like pussy whipped by his wife. Oh, you better not do that. I'm like, can we?
There's a couple episodes where he's like a little.
Can we
he's a
stop
little
doing the
pussy
Fred
whipped.
Flintstone bullshit or Homer Simpson
That
where
was
the wife can chew them out all the time? Can we stop doing that? It's getting old.
Well, it's kind of the charm with it though.
Yeah, but it's like, come on, man. I've
Like,
been
like,
just makes
but
him
here's
a
the thing.
pussy.
Even like if you look at Dragon Ball like if you look at Dragon Ball, both Chi-Chi and Bulma realized, yeah, there's going to be times where Vegeta and Goku are going to have to go out there, throw hands and fight. They understand that, but once they realized that, it was like, okay, yeah, we can't really stop them from fighting. We might as well just try to balance it with the life. And I'm sitting there like, yeah, that's because they understand. They know, they learned about their husband's pasts. But when it comes to what happens in Sakamoto Days, I'm like, this woman is literally trying to command him to the point where she's literally like, no, we're gonna make you're gonna make you have a new life entirely. I'm like, that's
It's
not
like I'm
possible with this
putting
kind of guy.
putting reins on the devil type of deal. And it's like what I like what anime can do that live action will never be able to do is they can have like a scene where it's like somebody can look at him and they can see what he used to look like. You know, it's like it'll do one of those cuts to where it's like, we know that he is the old fat shopkeeper looking dude, but in somebody's eyes, the way that he's moving, the way that it's like for a split second, they just see him as like that fit fucking unnecessary buff assassin dude
Yeah.
for like, and it's like that kind of stuff. Like that happens in comic books, right? Where it's like a great comic book scene. You're just like, oh damn, man. Like it's a great visual, and stuff like that can never be replicated in live action. Like, and
The only way,
I mean,
the only
if
way
so,
you could
you
do
have
that,
to be watching it, and they don't make movies or TV shows to where you need to be watching it all the time. They just explain it in exposition. And
the only
it's
way
really
that
annoying.
happens, Syfaxx, is like you have to get like Eddie Murphy or like Dwayne Johnson in a fat suit, and then you cut to them when they were in their peak, quote unquote. It's like, holy shit, that was him. Like, but it's hard to do it in live action. In anime, it's easier, like you said. It can be done, but it's going to take a lot of time.
I've even said this when it comes to like live action Disney stuff, because like with animation in general, whether it's Disney, whether it's actual anime like that, like Japanese style anime, it's like the expressiveness and the kind of creativity that you can throw around, like even their eyes bulging and doing crazy shit and being like super like over the top, like reactionary to stuff. A human can never even come close to something like that without doing a face and then exploding with like random CGI around their face to really be like, oh, and awe or something. Or like even something as simple, or what we know it as a trope. Say when a dude looks at a girl and his nose starts bleeding because she's so fucking beautiful. It's like, that's an anime trope. Once you get used to it, like when you first see it, you're like, what the hell is this? Like,
Yeah,
what the
it's
fuck?
supposed to be a
But
boner. That's what it
yeah,
is.
it's just like, oh, I'm so attracted to this person, I'm gonna bleed from my nose because my brain is hemorrhaging from how beautiful you are. Like that's the idea behind it. That's what they were going with. If you don't know that, you first see that and you're like, what the fuck am I watching? This is crazy. But once you see it and you realize that's in basically every anime ever, whenever a dude finally sees the beautiful girl he kind of wants to go after, you're like, okay, that's just the anime trope. It's just part of their way of explaining that without being like, hey, let's just shoot a shot right at your dick expanding. Let's not do that.
Yeah,
like,
because then it'd just be a hentai at that point.
Exactly.
It'd be like, what the fuck?
Well, yeah, then we'd have even way more weirdos on Twitter than we do now. Like, but when you see it, you know it. You're just like,
Also,
I know what's happening there.
Also, what's cool about Sakamoto is like, he in reality, he's like 40 years old. He's like, people think he's like a 55, 60-year-old. No, his white hair makes him look older in his weight. And he wears the old man glasses.
And you can chalk that up to stress, you know.
Yeah,
like,
stress. So he's in reality, he's like 40 years old. He
he's
gave
still
up
young.
when he was 30. He quit being an assassin at 30.
But the thing is, I love how they tell the story of like how he tries to transition. Like his story is literally a transition of I used to live this violent, dirty life. Now I'm trying to live a clean, straight life. But I know there's going to be some things I'm going to retain from that life. And I like it because there's times where like I think it was one episode where he literally caught a bullet with chopsticks, and I'm like, dude, how the hell did you
that's
do
the first episode, if I remember right. Yeah. Like he does it.
Yeah,
but
I'm sitting there like,
what else it is, it's a mob story of, hey, even though you left the life will never leave you. Like it's that story. That's what it is. Just in Jap, it's kind of a Yakuza story, basically. Like that's what it is.
But
He was kind of in some type of Yakuza, and now he can't get rid of it, and it's always going to follow him. So even though he wants to go and live secluded, we've seen that story even in outside of animation. Like that happens all the time. There's plenty of movies about it. I want to leave the life. Okay, you have one last mission. Okay,
well, Godfather 3.
It's an impossible mission. It's an impossible mission. He gets the mission done, and they still don't leave him alone. Type of deal. It's kind of a story like that. And then now they're going after him, but it's like, you're going after the best of the best. You don't kill the best of the best. He kills you.
Yeah, I never understood that in movies or TV shows. Like, why the fuck would you want to kill the best of the best when literally if you just leave him alone and let him seclude to whatever the fuck he wants to go, he's not gonna mess with you, or she's not gonna mess with you.
Was
Leave
like
him
the only one
alone.
that did that in kind of the opposite direction was like John Wick, which I think resonated with like Americans a lot because it was like, hey, he got out. He actually got out. He was technically out. And then he accidentally got brought back in. And it's
Yeah,
like,
and he
dude,
gave up,
we let
basically.
loose the hound of hell, and he went out to live in the pasture, and he was ready to die on his own with his wife and kid. And then you went and
killed his dog.
You found him. You found him with the last thing that it's like, dude. So it resonated with everybody because
And
it's
he
like
just
that
gave
would
up,
be.
and Wick was like, "Fuck this! I guess I have to go back to the crime life because I have
He's like,
nothing left."
I guess, and it's like that. I mean, it's a simple line, but he's like, I guess I'm back. Like it's like,
it's like Black Cat. It's like Black Cat. What happened? Train Hartnett met a young woman who literally showed him what life was like outside of like the criminal underworld, and he was like, I like that life, and he tried to go for that. But then when somebody who looked up to him was like, oh no, I can't let you go. You're my inspiration. And he did what he did. That's when he was like, see, now I got to go back to the Black Cat because you messed up. You did something that you thought was going to basically lead me to where you thought I should be, but now it's going to lead you to.
There's plenty of movies and or TV shows about it where it's like somebody's like, okay, no, I'm gonna give it all up, and I want to, and then that one thing freaking happens where it's like, you're gonna unleash the beast, dude. You don't want to do it, and it's like, don't poke the bear, and they're like, no, I'm gonna slap the bear, and you're like, you dumb motherfucker,
Dude,
don't.
And I
You don't
love
want to poke him, let alone slap him. Stop
and I
it.
love when
And
they
it's
do
like, and they
movies.
come out.
love-
Those are some of the best movies.
I
like
love when
that
they
kind
do
of
movies or
revenge.
TV shows, right? They do a revenge movie, right, or TV show, and at first you go for the perspective of the would-be. You think it's the main character, the hero of the story, right? No, it's they flip the script at the end. It's like, no, he was the villain the whole time. He did bad. The guy that's you think is the villain was actually the hero the whole time. He wanted his revenge, and they show you what actually happened. The flashback. It's like, yeah, I want the fucking hitman to go after your ass. You don't deserve it. You killed his love of his life. You killed her while she was pregnant. You deserve everything that comes to you. He's like, but I didn't do that. I didn't mean, like he's being a coward trying to get off. Like, please don't kill me. Like, it's like, no, I can't.
Those are some of my favorite movies in general. Like some type of revenge movie is usually some of my favorite ones. Like my favorite revenge movie of all time is I Saw the Devil, which is a Korean movie. If you've never seen that, that is the best revenge movie I've ever seen in my life. And it gets fucked up towards it. Like it goes full Korean, like South Korean, because
Is it like Hachi? Is it like Hachi? Remember? Or, no, Old Boy. Sorry, Old Boy. Is it like Old Boy?
Oh, it's more. It's not as like it's not I would say perverse at the end, like as far as that goes, because at the end of that it is like super fucked up.
Oh
but,
boy, yeah. Oh my god,
this
he cut
one's
his own tongue
this
out. Holy fuck.
Yeah, that was a little weird. Like I don't know if I really like the ending of that, but it's like it was brutal. But
you know, he was supposed to hook up with the hypnotist chick in the manga, and in the anime, that's actually his girlfriend. They actually in the movie version, she's not anything. She's just a minor character.
Well, in I Saw the Devil, it's like it's actually the same guy. Like so the bad guy in it is actually the protagonist in well, I guess you could call him a protagonist to a certain degree in Old Boy. It's the same guy, but he's the villain in I Saw the Devil. Like he's the yes, it's a very good movie. It's kind of long, I'll give it that, but it's worth it. It's worth like every second. It's fucking brutal. And I think the protagonist in it is actually the guy from Squid Game, if I remember right. Like he's the main guy or he's the bad guy in Squid Game. So it's like those two actors, they're really big in South Korea.
Dude,
Korean, it is fucking awesome.
The Korean movies and TV shows, man, they know to
they're
deliver
a notch
their
above.
A-game.
They're usually a notch above most American stuff. Like
yeah, I would say by 10 years, man, because all that bullshit DEI
well, that
stuff
they're not willing to pull punches either. It's like you're like they're not going to do that, and they're like, yes, we will. Well, absolutely, we're about to do that, and you're like, no, you're not. Guess we
Stacy.
will.
Because the thing about the Koreans and the Japanese, if you actually pay attention to both mediums, it's literally the same. They're like, if we have to tell you this story, we're basically gonna give you a chance to say, hey, I'm gonna back out now. If you go beyond that point, that's on you, because they're not pulling any punches. They want to tell a story, they're gonna tell that story. And that's why Korean, let's say manhwa or manga or whatever you want to call it, it's literally
manhwa if it's Chinese, right?
yeah,
As well.
manhwa if it's Chinese. It's literally killing everything now. Because I mean, like, think about it like this: if you actually read, like we talked about solo leveling earlier, there's actually a one shot that was released by the creator of that series. Excuse me. There was actually a one shot basically talking about the alternate timelines. And when I mean the alternate timelines, I mean like it was one of the times the rulers used what was called the Cup of Reincarnation to set the world back 10 years. In one of those timelines, yeah, we know how Jinwoo was like the weakest hunter, right? And Cha Hae-in was basically one of the strongest hunters in Korea. In one of the timelines, it's actually revealed that she wasn't part of she wasn't part of the Hunters Guild. She actually led her own guild, a woman-only guild, and like she was wondering, like, why do people respect me as a hunter but not as a human? But there was one time, like, almost every time she comes across a certain raid, Jinwoo's there, and she's like, why does he not quit? He's not fit for this. But then she actually learns, oh shit, it's his spirit, it's his drive, that's his purpose for doing this.
They do a lot of their stories where it's the indomitable will. Like that's the storyline. Like that's what so many anime has behind it in general. It's the indomitable will of like perseverance and heart. And that's what resonates with a lot of people in general. And that's what a lot of movies are missing nowadays. I mean, that's why a lot of us are talking a lot more about anime, is because anime is doing it right and movies are not. Anime is doing it right
because there's no bullshit politics unless it's American funded anime, aka Crunchyroll or Funimation, with the what was it, the Interspecies Reviewer, or the what was the other one, a redo of Healer, the one where he gets his revenge.
That was it, redo of Healer.
Yeah, well, and look, they don't want to touch that shit because it's too controversial.
I understand why like Americans don't want to watch cartoons, because we were like, a lot of us are raised like cartoons are for children, right? So it's like when we see animation, a lot of people just think cartoon, children, cartoon, whatever. That's where a lot of people's heads immediately go. They don't think of the story, and a lot of people are so devoid of wanting a good story anyways. They just want action, and they don't realize actually this actually has a way more action in it than you would probably ever think of. And it's going to be in a way more visually appealing medium than you could ever imagine. So when people finally do get into it, whether it's later in life or whatever, usually I've noticed a lot of people I know have gotten into it later in life. And I'm like, dude, I've been watching this for 25, 30 fucking years, man. Like, this shit is great. This is fucking awesome. Like you've been missing out. I've been telling you, and they're like, that's for kids, man. No, I'm like, no, it's not. It absolutely is the fuck not.
I remember people were getting into anime with One Punch Man and Attack on Titan. People that were older, like probably in their 50s or younger, right? Like 10 years old.
Dude, when I got a tattoo that should have taken 3 hours. I was there for like 9 goddamn hours because we threw on One Punch Man, and he was just sitting there, just like, he'd be like, and I would just hear it in the background, and I'm like, I'm not feeling no pain. I'm like, I know I'm not that numb. And he was just sitting there, just like holding the buzzer, watching the goddamn television. And I'm like, dude, do the work. Because he was like, hey, put on whatever you want. I just put that shit on while I'm leaning on my side or whatever. And he's just like going to work. And he's just sitting there like, and I'm like, I was like, what the fuck is getting done, dude? It was like, it should have been a 3-hour session turned into like 9 hours. And I'm like, hey man, I don't mind spending time with you. If you want to watch this, like we can turn this off, finish this, we can watch the rest of it together. It's all good, man. But it's such a weird thing, because it's like every time he'd just sit there and dip it, and then all of a sudden I'd just hear it for like an extra like 2 minutes of every time. And I'm like, What
Can
are we
you
doing
fix
here?
my
Like,
tattoo? Can you do it?
Can you finish this up, man? Like, it's a lot of work.
Dude,
I
'cause
understand, but
you know it's big.
focus. I need you to draw
When
straight lines. Like,
you know it's big when Bill Burr was talking about One Punch Man. I was shocked. Like I heard a clip from his podcast. He's like, "Man, I love this new anime. They call it this Japanese cartoon on Netflix.
he
It's
only
called
likes it
One
because he's
Punch Man."
bald.
Well, that's probably what it is, but still,
Yeah.
it's pretty cool that he mentioned One Punch Man. I would not think Bill Burr was a huge anime fan at all. He probably isn't. He just liked the show because he was bald, but it was still cool before he took the Saudi money. And
Well,
you know.
the good thing about stuff like One Punch Man and other stuff like that is like, or even like a Death Note, the stuff that we all know that is like, I would say starter animes. Like I would even say Samurai Champloo is a great starter anime. Like, hey, if you want to see a
Yeah.
cool starter anime that's easy to get into, that'll have a cool, very easy storyline. You don't need anything crazy with it. It's just gonna have some fun scenes. You're gonna have a good time with it. You got that. You got Death Note. You got well, like One Punch Man, like we were saying, and maybe like Full Metal Alchemist would be like the next step, and that's like a baby step up.
I would even
But it's
say
like-
Lupin the Third, depending on the season, could be a starter.
See, I
anime
wouldn't even say that, but it's like I'm saying stuff like easy to go, like very short animes, because that's the other thing. A lot
Oh,
of people
yeah.
don't want to start something that has a ton of episodes. So you go into like Hellsing Ultimate, 13 episodes or 12 episodes. Boom. It's dope as fuck. It's badass. You're going to get right into it. Yeah.
I agree. And I would even, well, technically Dragon Ball Z would be in that category.
Lilith says, you guys are still going? Could have had me on the panel. I don't have a way to contact you. I think I contacted you through Miss Sparkles. Miss Sparkles isn't here. I'm on Discord. If you have a way for me to contact you, because I was like, you're welcome to join, but I don't have a way to contact you. So
Yeah, I don't what was I gonna say? I lost my train of thought.
sorry.
ADD, man, it sucks to have it. It's cool to have it for certain moments, but when it's something like, God damn it, I got to remember exactly what this thing is.
Exactly.
You lose your memory temporarily. I'm like, fuck. Dragon Ball Z. Z is, I would recommend that to anybody if you like martial arts. If you don't like martial arts, then it's not for you.
Yeah, definitely that would work.
And Pokemon too would be for, like, if you like animals fighting each other, that's a good starter. If you don't, then don't watch it. Go ahead, Stacy. What were you gonna say?
Yeah, I was, about that. Yeah, do not be a part of PETA if you like Pokemon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, if you don't, if you're against animal violence, even though they're fighting each other for sport, they're not being forced against their will with a collar and chain or barbed wire around their feet.
There might be like an unnecessary amount of rats out there that I might have fought to the death to see if they were electric, but I just wanted one. I wanted an electric one. Damn it!
I'm still looking for my dog that can breathe fire. That's what I want.
I'm looking for a water
dog got-
turtle who could squirt water from his mouth, and that'd be cool.
Yeah, like I said, just give me a dog with like horns coming out the back of its head, looking like a dog that would probably guard a burning gate somewhere, and I'll be cool with that.
Speaking of which,
So-
I remember going to New
long
York,
arm.
right? And I saw a giant rat as big as Pikachu. I'm not even joking. It was as big as Pikachu. It's not even an exaggeration, dude.
Did it have red cheeks?
No, I wish, but it was huge. It was like big. It was literally, you could have it as a house pet. That's how huge it was.
Oh,
Did you nickname him Mondani? Like,
No, I wish, but it's like, dude, it was as big as I think it was bigger than a Chihuahua, slightly bigger than a Chihuahua. But it was huge.
shit.
It was fucking huge.
I mean,
for
it
a
might have
rat.
been eating all the free government food. There you go.
Probably. It probably took some steroids or whatever from that government
You know that
cheese.
free government cheese they're gonna be having here in a minute.
Holy shit. It was huge. I saw it looking for French fries near a dumpster. and it did. Like I was waiting for my uncle, and I saw this fucking giant rat.
What are you
going
talking
near
about,
this
dude?
dumpster.
That rat might have been big enough. It was waiting for its Uber order, dude. Give me a break.
But dude, and I
It's out
told
there
people
Ninja
this.
Turtle style, like you're late. You're late.
I told
Like,
people
we get a free
dude,
pizza 30 minutes. Like
this rat was as big as Pikachu. That's how big it was. And you could say classic Pikachu when he was fat, or like modern Pikachu when he's like thin. But oh my god, it was big. It was like it was a size of like a Chihuahua or like a cat. That's how big it was. Like holy fuck.
I had a girl I was hooking up with once who had like a bunch of rats as pets and whatever. They were all super cool and like actually smart rats, but it was just like a weird thing to have like a bunch of cages around while you're doing your thing, and it was just like, this is weird. I was like, I feel like they're learning. Like,
Yeah, and then several hours later, you have
I don't know
baby
if I should be
mouses.
teaching rats doggy style. This is weird. Like, it feels like inter species bullshit. Like, it's like, you guys don't need to know this position. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, and then like 10 hours later, you have great grandchildren, mices running amok. Because mouses, they don't have a long lifespan. They
No,
kind of live.
it's
They
like,
live for like a
yeah,
couple years and then they die.
yeah.
They live like 2 years. And then like that's why like they can have like literally great grandchildren, despite
the other
fact they
thing
didn't
is
live too
it's not
long.
just rats, but also like hamsters and stuff don't like they don't have long lifespans or anything. But it's the other thing a lot of people don't realize, something about like if a rat dies in a cage, you got to like thoroughly clean that cage, or else that linger of death on that cage will actually kill the rat and or hamster earlier. Something about it, like it's like it permeates death and it'll kill them faster. It's really weird. Like I don't know how true that is, but I've seen it happen because I might have been one of those kids who definitely cleaned their cat hamster cage, did all that stuff. I felt like I did everything right, but it's like they would die very fast, and I was like, I don't think I should have hamsters anymore. Like,
Yeah, they don't live
my
too
hamsters
long.
are great,
Dude.
yeah,
Like
but
to them, like one day is like a week or a month for them. A month is
yeah,
like
it
a
was super
year.
weird.
It's
And
it's
somebody
not
told me
that
that
long.
they might have told me that to make me feel better when I was a kid, and I just still believe it to this day. Like, it's like you should hit that with like all of the bleach, and it's like I feel like that would be worse. But like,
Also, speaking of which, because we're talking about Pokemon kinda earlier, you know that in Japan, Pal World won against Nintendo.
I heard
/GameCube.
about that.
Yeah, they said no, you can't fucking do that. You can't a concept where you capture animals in a container. You don't own that idea. You don't own that patent. There were
No, because
other
I mean,
games before Pokemon that had it. Even Digimon technically has that ability. The Tamagotchi, they put it in the Tamagotchi thing and they release it.
yeah,
That's
they actually,
yeah.
but Digimon basically got rid of the Tamagotchi thing later in the series. They replaced
Well,
it with what was originally called the Digivice, and then they came up with so many types of Digivices then. So
Well, they
yeah,
just said, "Fuck it, we have the internet now. We're just gonna make it basically it's internet only." Because before it was just the Tamagotchi thing, and then they just said, "Fuck it, we're moving with the times. We don't have to do the Tamagotchi container thing no more. Everything's in the digital cyber world. We're just gonna fucking do that because that's easier, to be cheap." And that's
Yep.
what happened. So yeah, Pal World won. The Japanese courts were like, "No, you can't do that.
I'm
You
surprised
can't."
people are still playing that. Like that's one of those games that I felt blew up for like 2 months, and then all of a sudden never heard anything about it
Well,
again.
because Nintendo stole their thunder. They literally they gave them a cease and desist, and it killed their popularity because of that. And Nintendo knew that.
That
The
makes
moment that they had to switch
Willa
it,
says her favorite Pokemon is Melodic. See, my problem with Pokemon is my love for Pokemon died when I had all 151 plus the Mewtwo movie card, first edition, right? I had it in a nice little folder. I had everything. I even had multiples of a bunch of them, and they were into storage. And when I asked for them from my mom, she was like, "Oh, I sold those for $500." She sold all of them.
Fuck.
And I had multiples of some that were worth that would be one thing if it was just like if I was also poor and whatever. And don't get me wrong, I've never been like super well off, but it's like if she wanted me to buy them from her for $500, I would have given her $500. The other thing on top of that is she was somebody who like dealt with like she does eBay stuff, so she knows how to look up the worth of things. So I'm like, how did you not look up the worth of just any of these cards, just one of them, and realize why is this random fucking stupid card worth $100? Why is this one worth 3,000? Why is this one possibly worth 8,000? And why is there like 6 of them? And you're just like, what is happening? So when I talked to her about it, and I mean, this was technically it was before they really blew up. So I mean, they probably weren't worth as much, but they were still worth money. They're still worth a decent amount of money. I would definitely say worth way the fuck more than $500. So
yeah, I agree. I agree with that because Logan Paul at WrestleMania, he
Telling
came
you, all
out
first
with
editions. I'm pretty sure I had a first edition Charizard. It might have been a little beat up, but even so, it was.
I think it was a
probably still worth the
Charizard,
money.
or was it a Pikachu, Stacy?
No, the one that he bought.
Yeah, the one where he had a necklace of a fucking Pokemon card.
And it
I'm
was
like,
just
what
a
the fuck?
sticker. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it was a Charizard.
Yeah, I thought it was a Charizard. He was wearing a Charizard necklace that was like the one of a rare Pokemon cards, and he wore it to WrestleMania like it was fucking nothing.
No,
Nestor says
I had a whole,
it was
I
a
had a
Pikachu.
whole binder. I had a whole binder of like all first editions. I even had the next set, which was like the fossil ones. I even had a bunch of first editions of those. I don't know how much those are worth, but it's like still, I was like, I had all of it, man. And I was just like, hey, where'd those go? Like, can I get those back? And she's like, oh, I sold them. I was
Yeah,
like,
that's
for how much?
why.
500.
That's why
And
I
I was
hide my
like,
shit.
I would have given you $500 to give me it back. Fuck. I mean, it was something I just didn't think about. Like,
Like,
it
dude,
was
that's
just
why.
sitting.
Like, I always told my mom.
So, I mean, I
never
can't blame
throw
her
my
because
shit
it
out.
was just taking up space where it was her space. It was her.
Yeah,
So I'm like,
get
I
that.
can't blame you, but at the same time, I wish you
Dude,
would have
I
told
always
me.
told my mom, don't throw my shit out. Don't give things to people without telling me. If you want to give things away, ask me so I can know what I'm going to give away.
Well, even at the time, if it was only worth 10,000, that's still more than $500. You know, it's like, and then it's like, shit, I would have taken 500. Give me 500. You can have the 9,500 because it's my mom. So I'm like, whatever. It was my stuff, kind of. I mean, technically, you bought it, so I understand. You bought it because I was a kid when you bought it for me. So it's hard to sit there and like make a good argument against it because it's like, I mean, I guess if that's what you thought your money was worth back then, okay. But
here's my
when you look at it, look at it now and what it's
Mhm.
worth now, it's like, dude, it's almost a down payment on a house that you might have got rid of for $500. Like,
Yeah, like if you
I always
if you had
wondered-
the whole like here's the thing. If you had, let's say, a hologram version of the first Venusaur, Charizard.
Oh, they were all
Squirtle.
they were all holograms. That's what I mean. They were all
Yeah.
hologram first editions.
Dude,
And
that's like paying off. That's like paying off a like 3/4 of a house with just one of those three.
with just cards. Yeah, with
Yeah.
just stupid shit you just saved in the background. Yeah, it's like they weren't. I mean, they were in a binder, so maybe they would have had some dust on them. But it's like, okay, let's even take 25% off the price. Like, okay, let me get 70 for it, whatever, for the whole thing. It's like, and I mean, 70 grand, not $70. Like, it would. I wouldn't have doubted that thing was probably worth at top dollar if you got everything out of it, probably 100. And it's like, damn, man, that was a rough blow. Where I was like, when I was thinking about it, and I would ask for it, and I'm like, oh man, like I was low on money. I'm just like, man, can I make this work? Maybe see if I got something to sell. Hey, mom, you got these? She's like, no, and I'm like, why the fuck not? Like,
Yeah, that's terrible.
That's a terrible thing to hear.
You know, I always wondered, what is Mew/Mewtwo? Are they mouse or mices or gerbils or ferrets? What are they?
They're like an amalgamation of like a bunch of Pokemon combined, aren't they?
Yeah, because weren't they supposed to be Dittos?
They're just like DNA like infused together, aren't they?
No,
Isn't
I
like a
don't remember the
Ditto like a
lore
failed
Mewtwo
experiment?
was the DNA Digimon.
Okay.
Ditto was a fail. I think supposed to be a failed experiment. I'm not quite sure about that, but Mewtwo was actually created because somehow, some way, they
Is it me, dude?
actually found a piece of Mew's
Yeah,
DNA,
he's
but they
glitching a
couldn't
little
have
bit. Yeah.
Mewtwo was created.
Okay. Yeah, he is glitching.
Huh?
Can you hear us?
You're glitching a little bit.
Oh,
So
sorry.
you,
Yeah.
you were just like it.
They somehow found a piece. Like the story goes, the rocket scientists found a. Sorry,
I'm just letting you know what you sound like.
Can you hear me now?
A
Okay.
little bit
Sorta,
better.
kinda.
Can you hear us? Yeah, we can hear you.
I can hear you. Yeah.
For now.
Sorry. All right. Sorry about that. Yeah, the story goes, rocket scientists had found like some DNA of Mew, and they thought, okay, we have the DNA, we could bring him back. It didn't work, so what they did was actually augment the DNA, and that's how Mewtwo was created.
Okay, yeah. I kind of remember something like that. It was like it's basically a science experiment.
Yeah, they basically cloned
Yep.
Mew,
But
with
it's like,
they put steroids on him.
like I know King Style's younger than we are. I don't know how old Stacy is, but it's like I remember going to the first Pokemon movie, and if you went on the first night and whatever, they give you the Mewtwo card, or it was like a Mew. It was like a special Mew card that you could only get if you went to the movie itself. Like it was a
Yeah, and that's
special
how they
card.
got you. They were like,
It was
"No,
a
we got to get
promotional
these."
thing.
They're like,
Yeah.
"We got to make sure we win these. We get these
And
tickets."
I had
So-
like multiples of them. I was like, I don't know if they were worth anything, but it's like you can only get them if you went to the movie.
They did the same thing with Yu-Gi-Oh, man. The first Yu-Gi-Oh
that was
movies.
Man, we don't have those kind of promotions anymore. It's kind of crazy. It's a smart
the
idea.
Dark Side of Dimensions and Yu-Gi-Oh the movie in America, they gave you exclusive cards.
You want to know
went to the? Go ahead.
Do you want to know the funny thing about the first Yu-Gi-Oh movie?
Go ahead.
If you went to the first Yu-Gi-Oh movie, they gave you basically non-playable versions of the God cards. The God cards would not see playable form until like 4 years later.
Wow, that's bullshit. So the God cards were basically worthless. You couldn't use them to play any tournament games or any games if you were wanting to play with your friends on cards. That sucks.
The thing was when they did release the God cards for tournament play, they actually have their effects are somewhat similar. The only of the 3 God cards that actually has its actual anime and manga effects is Slifer. Ra has a toned down one where like you have to use other cards to get some of his abilities, like his ability to just give all the attack points of whatever monster you like whatever 3 monsters you tribute for it. Obelisk doesn't have like, oh, tribute 2 monsters, he gets infinite attack power. No, he doesn't have that ability. Slifer is the only one that actually has its exact ability.
Well, he was like the
like,
weakest
Did
one,
any
right?
of you guys actually play Pokemon the game? Like actually?
Yeah,
play
I played the card
game?
games. Yes,
Yeah,
the card game.
So,
Yes.
I
played the
I don't
card
know how
and
it was
video games.
I don't know how it was in your areas, but so in my areas, And I don't know how it was when you guys were growing up, but in my area specifically, we had like 2 card shops that were relatively close to where I was at. And they actually threw Pokemon tournaments where you would earn badges. And if you earned all 8 badges because you went to all the tournaments throughout the year, you could go to an actual like mini Pokemon tournament and play Pokemon if you won each badge or you did all the they give you a little thing to stamp and everything. It was like a whole event. It was kind of crazy. It was genius promotion, but
Toys R Us did.
like they
Toys R Us
stopped that
did
after
that in
like
my
1 year. Like
yeah.
after like 1 year of it, they stopped it.
Toys R Us did that in my city here in Ohio. Literally, what they did was they did this at every event. They would give everybody they would
Give you
give
a
everybody a
promotional
sheet.
card.
No, they give you a sheet, right? And this sheet was basically like the sheet of paper had eight like columns of 10, like 8 rows of 10 in there. And the rule was very simple. If you played a Pokemon game, like if you played the card game, every win would get you 2 stamps. Just playing it would give you 1 stamp, right? And then once you got 10 stamps, they would give you a badge, and they would actually give you one, like you could pin it to your shirt or whatever. They
They give it like an actual little button stamp, like or like
Yep.
a pin, like a pin stamp. Yeah,
Yep.
I have a bunch of those, and like you, and each like month would be like a different gym, and then you get a different gym one, and then once you had them all, like you could go to the main tournament, like it would be like a tournament in whatever big city was near you, and then you could
Yep.
go do that. So it was cool. It was like a whole event, and it was like a whole thing. They stopped that after 1 year. It was probably too expensive.
Yeah, it
Well,
probably
no,
was. The only main ones was like New York and Los Angeles, probably.
Yeah, that
'cause
was it.
Because the thing was, it was like your card shop had to qualify for like whatever standards they had for like being a proper card shop or whatever. And so a lot of card shops in smaller areas, like they would barely qualify. And so you'd go there, and in your tournament, you'd have like 4 people there. Like I was in a small, like a kind of a smaller town that definitely a lot of kids weren't playing Pokemon in. Most people played Magic. I ended up playing Magic too. And it's like I played a bunch of card games growing up, but it's like I'd go to the Pokemon tournaments, and there'd be like 4 or 5 people there. And it's like, well, you can't really fight 10 people. I mean, you just play against each other a bunch of times, and they would just sit there and stamp your shit. And you're just like, okay, yeah, whatever, go on. And it was just like, cool, I got my little thing. And then you would fuck off into the darkness or whatever. Like, it was just, but it still was like a cool, like event type thing that they had going on with these card games back then. They don't have that nowadays. Like, they don't have any of that.
Yeah, I feel bad for my cousin because he wanted to go to those tournaments in New York or California, but his parents didn't want him to because it was too far away, quote unquote. Even though it's like, he could have just taken the bus or a train, but you know how parents are. Like, if it doesn't benefit them at that moment, they weren't going to go to New York for a stupid card game tournament in their minds. So sucks for him.
Yep.
But it is, it's like, I get it. They're like, for a card game, you want us to go to New York?
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
I
some of
get
that would
that.
be pretty crazy.
I get that, but I'm like, that's why he stuck to mostly the video games, which he pretty much did. And I think
What's
he
like
still plays.
so when I was about 13, 14 is when I started going like semi-professional in Counter-Strike or whatever. And like the team that I was playing on was for Bank of America. Like we got sponsored by fucking Bank of America. The only reason though, and I'll caveat this, was because one of our teammates' mom was like really high up in Bank of America, so she got them to sponsor us. And they like, I'm sitting there 14 years old flying to like Nevada and Arizona, and I'm playing like these little shitty tournaments for like $500 here or whatever, and like just doing all this thing. And then we went to LandFest 2003, and it's like, so I did a bunch of cool random shit like that back in the day. And it was such a weird experience, but it was like I went from playing card games to video games kind of
DA's
professionally.
live.
Oh, is he live? Okay.
He just went live.
Wow, I'm
If he's
surprised
gone
he went
live,
live.
I'll hit him. I'll hit him up. Maybe he'll invite me on. Well, if you like tattoos, I got a bunch of them. Yeah, I'll be getting more probably next year because my tattoo artist is booked. Like,
I'm actually looking for a good tattoo artist because I got 2 tattoos in mind that I
where
want done.
you at?
I'm in Ohio, bro.
Actually, that's not too far. Like my tattoo artist goes from California to Seattle all the time. So you're kind of, I mean, you might have to make a drive, but he's very good. Like all the stuff that I got, if I were to send you pictures of what the actual thing looked like compared to what actually came onto me, it's 1 for 1. He has no specific style, but he can do anything. And I kind of threw him through a loop when I gave him some of the, like this giant ass fucking Spawn or it's like a Wolverine Venom tattoo. There's actually a giant cover up, and he nailed it on like the first fucking try.
Nice. I actually have 2 tattoos I want to try and do, but like I would need somebody who could probably pull it off for me. One would be, of course, the Mortal Kombat dragon. I want to get that one like right here.
Yeah,
and then the other one,
anything that's out there, and like I'm telling you, this guy, like he's stupidly good. Like it surprised me for how many times like I've been sitting around where I mean, he doesn't smoke weed anymore, but there's been times when we first started doing tattoo, or when I first got tattooed, he'd be sitting there getting like blitzed out of his mind, and I'd be like, well, I guess we'll see what happens, and then it just ends up fucking amazing, and I'm like, whatever you're doing, dude, keep doing it. And then like he's still awesome at it. Like he's still amazing. So I trust my tattoo artist like 100%. Like he's great. But he's obviously out here in California. So, but he does travel to Seattle. So whatever. Like I would trust him. Let me hit up DA, see if he wants another person on there, because we might switch over to DA. If he's doing stuff, then I'm down to go onto there.
Well, he's already got Brandon and name on there.
Yeah, he usually has like an intimate setting for that, but you know, he might accept one more. I don't know.
Yeah, he might.
Let's see. I'm gonna leave it on in the background. I'll see what's going on. But yeah, if you guys have other animes you guys want to talk about, we'll keep going.
Oh, I had this one anime that was pretty cool that I liked. It was called Crime Edge. It's about this guy. Well, he's actually a teenage boy, but like his ancestor, like probably like 200 years prior, he was a serial killer, right? But he killed people with the scissors. So he has a weird obsession with the scissors that his ancestor had, and it was because of that. He didn't know why in the beginning. He's like, I just love the scissors, and I like to use it to cut things. And it turns out that, but it kind of possesses him, but he fights other bad people with the said ancient items that they had from their family members. So there was a girl that had like a giant needle that her ancestor, her great grandmother was, you know, a serial killer, but she was a nurse for the Red Cross, and then she got rogued and basically did evil things with it. So she's obsessed with that. I like those ideas. Like they come up like only in anime world, right? You can come up with the simplistic things just with basic stuff. Like you said, with like trash, right? You can make trash into weapons or like swords or guns, depending on the situation, right, Syfaxx?
Yeah.
You could do anything.
Yeah,
that's
that's the cool thing about anime in general is like you can go with the obscure, crazy ideas, and if your storyline is decent enough, and then the power set is like fun and like different, you can make it all work. And that's why I've been mentioning the one Gatu or Gachu Kuta. I'm gonna keep saying it both ways because I don't know how it's pronounced properly until somebody tells me. But I'm gonna keep mentioning that one because it is, I think, so well done, and the possibilities with it are pretty much infinite because they're dealing with trash. So they're just like, here's a random item. What does the random item do? It does whatever the fuck the person wants it to do, kind of deal. Like what, like it's not that the person controls it, but it's like whoever is writing the story can make. It's like, okay, here's an umbrella. What does the umbrella do? Well, the guy has like kind of an umbrella that like ties people up. It's like, why would that do that? Doesn't fucking matter. But I believe you because it's like it's what you imbue the item with and what you want it to do makes it. That's what that item does. And it's like that's such an easy and also great escape plan for anybody to write with because you could just make it do whatever the hell you want and then that becomes its power for whatever you need it to be. It's kind of like an ingenious escape plan for any type of writer out there. And I just thought it was kind of genius. Where it's just like, yeah, you could just make whatever this thing is. It's like, what does it do? Well, what do we need it to do? And whatever it does then, well, I mean, now it sets a precedent for, or the precedent for it to go later on in the story. And now that's what it does all the time. Sure. Now you need to weave it in the story from then on out. But until then, it just does whatever the fuck I need it to do. Like it leaves you like the most genius writing out ever like created, where it's like, what do we need this character to be able to do? And what is the thing that they're carrying around? Does it have anything related to that actual object? Probably not. Who cares? Like it's just kind of funny. Or I'm like, it's the most. It's like a genius writing, like not trope, but it's like a plot convenience. It's like let's just write plot convenience into our superpowers. Like their superpower, or like their superpower is plot convenience, and it totally works because it's like, I don't know what this object is going to do. What do I need it to do? And they just make it work.
Well, there's an anime that I saw. I haven't seen it yet. I've only seen like a what was it? What is it? It's one of those it's one of those summary videos where like they'll basically show bits and pieces of it while talking about the events of it. But this guy has this special ability where if he basically if he gets a like a card of something, right? He gets like the best version of that. And I'm like, see, this is something I kind of want to watch because I'm kind of interested to how you tell that kind of a story where everyone has like one special ability in this world and he can just summon these cards that bring forth whatever's on it. I'm like, that could work, but like, I'm just
you just got to have the good writer and a good editor to make those stories through line.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there's just certain people that can't do that. They have a cool concept, and then they can't carry the story whatsoever. It like Akira Toriyama had that problem, right? I love Dragon Ball, don't get me wrong, but like he had cool ideas and concept for and world building, but when it comes to certain characters, he was never consistent with their storyline. He was never consistent. Same thing with George Lucas and Tim Burton. They had good ideas, but they just couldn't do anything to save their lives when it came to storytelling.
No, that makes sense because if you stop and think about it, Akira Toriyama actually came out and said he had to make small movies for the Dragon Ball series when it came to each of the androids, except 17 through Dr. Gero, because he literally said he couldn't like really bring them into the in Dragon Ball and then Dragon Ball Z, because like I think the only one we got in the main anime series was 8, Android 8, or as he called
Android 8er.
Yeah. Other than that, the rest of the androids except 8er, 16, 17, 18, 19, and Gero, we didn't get in the anime.
Yeah, they're not canon. Like even Android 20, the female one, she's a
No, no,
video
no, no.
game exclusive.
Here's the funny thing. Akira Toriyama did say he's actually like before he died, he actually wanted to put 21 in the series, like as a canonical character, but he didn't know how to do that right. And like I said, as for 20 was Dr. Giro himself. He actually worked on himself.
And also technically Cell would be 21 if we're going by that logic. He would be 22.
Yeah.
If we're going by numbers. Also, the Super 13 movie, even though a lot of plot holes, how would Dr. Giro come up with a supercomputer that basically copied his mind to create, 13, 14, and 15? It's a cool idea. You kind of had like a robot version of a Super Saiyan.
Yep.
And he was called Super 13 for that reason. But there's a plot hole there because where was Cell when this shit went down? Why didn't he absorb Super 13?
Well, apparently from what Dr. Giro's notes in the anime basically said, he only needed 17 and 18 to make that work. Because as far as they were considered, they were supposed to be his perfect androids. But it goes back to the plot holes on that.
Yep. Also, another good anime series is Assassination Classroom. I like the idea that like the world's gonna end if you don't assassinate him. So they have to go to school being taught by him how to assassinate himself.
Yeah, that was a really funny series.
Yeah, the only problem I had with that was the main character, the boy.
Assassination Classroom. Is that what you guys talking about?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to watch it. Is it worth a watch?
It is.
Yes, it is. Yes,
but I'll give you a
check it out.
warning though. One of the main characters, they made him like basically like a girl or androgynous because probably. No, I'm just letting you know because
look. Let me throw this out there to people, whether it's just you, the panel, or anybody in the chat. Like, I don't care about the gay stuff. I don't care about any of that. It's just like if it fits the story or whatever, if it just so happens to be in the story, fine. If they make it a main part of anything, then then that'll annoy me. That's what I think annoys most people is when it's forced onto you, whether then it just so happens to happen. It just so happens to happen, whatever life happens, it's all good. It's all good. But
it just happens to happen.
Focus on it.
Yeah.
Japanese content doesn't do that. They don't focus on it. It's like, hey, that happened, and then they usually move on.
Yeah, it's not like he's going on a date with a boy, or he's like, oh, I don't know if I am to boys or girls. Like they don't go into that.
Like that most of the time, even with content in general, whether it's TV shows, movies, anime, whatever, like that's not going to throw me off of whatever I'm watching. If it's just a side little thing that is just like, by the way, I'm gay or whatever, and you're like, okay, fine, and then they move on. But if all of a sudden it's like, let's do a whole episode on why you're gay and how you got there, it's like, okay, now you lost me. Like, I don't need to know all that. You already told me what I needed to know. You're gay. Like, I don't need to. That's fine. Go be gay.
Yeah, we don't need a prequel episode.
We don't need a whole episode divulged to it. We don't need to delve into it. We don't need to see the dude that you're hooking up with. We don't need that, because then you move on to the rest of the story and your character is not integral to the rest of the story at all in any way. So why the hell did we do this? You did it for like virtue signaling points. That's the shit that throws people off. Most people don't care, and for the most part, I would say most people don't mind. Like, I'm like, okay, whatever. Yeah, there's going to be gay people. There's going to be all sorts of. There's going to be all the diversity. Congratulations. Yes, we live in a diverse society. That's life. It's fine. When you focus on that and you hammer us over the freaking head with it, that's when people point it out. It's like, okay, we get it. We already know that. I want to see the story. I like the story. I'm watching this for the story. This is not really part of the story. You just happen to be gay. You just happen to be black. You just happen to be XYZ. It doesn't matter. Like, that is not integral to the story you're telling. It's not.
Yeah.
Tell the story. Like, stop it. Like cool. Like you wanted to mention it. It's like, by the way, I sucked like 5 dicks in college, and then they fuck off and die in a fire. You're like, the fuck was that about? Like,
Yeah.
nobody cares. Like,
They also did that in
It's-
Tokyo Ghoul. They introduced like he wasn't the main focal point, so it doesn't matter. It's not like, to be fair though, I think he was tortured and made to be like that, but they don't go super deep into it because he's not the main character.
I mean, to be fair, it's like, dude, it's your story. I guess do whatever you want, but don't be surprised when people check out about it. If people check
Yeah.
out because it's like you're signaling to a certain fucking thing, it's like people just want to be entertained, and that is not entertainment. Like,
Yeah, it's not. Oh yeah, another series I would recommend would be Only Promised Neverland season 1. Season 2, it goes off the deep end.
I never watched that one, but yeah.
I like the twist though. All I'm gonna say about that is like it's a good twist when you find out.
All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna make some food real quick, and I'm gonna grab another beer or 3. Chill out. I'm gonna go watch the DA stream. I doubt I'm gonna get invited to it, but I'm gonna comment until maybe he realizes that I'm there. But actually, I think that all the animes they're talking about, I don't know anything about, so I'd be a terrible guest on there. But
Yeah,
whatever.
if
You're like, yeah, thanks, man. Thanks for the vote of confidence.
you just said it, what do you want me to say? No, Syfaxx, like you're actually wrong. You definitely know some of those anime. What do you want me to say?
Oh my god! Like, just you gotta be there for me. I'm your
want him
friend. What are you talking
want me to say,
about?
"Oh, no,
no.
You could power talk your way."
Stacy, be there for me right now. I don't understand what's happening. Oh my god. Anyways, guys,
So you're gonna power talk your way to getting an anime you want, like basically Joe Rogan style.
I'm
You're
gonna
be
get
like,
on there
"Oh
and be
no, let's
like,
talk
yeah,
about what I
guys,
like."
this is great. I know exactly what you're talking about. This is fantastic. Best
It's good with
anime I've seen.
ayahuasca.
Best anime I've seen never. This is great. Like,
What do you think of the UFOs and the shrooms?
yeah, but how about that flat earther? I'll turn into tea on that stream. Like, I'll just be like,
Oh
let me
my
throw out
God.
some random shit to see if anyone can keep up.
Yeah,
Yeah, actually, I actually don't know I don't know what they're talking about, because I turned it on for a second and I was like, you guys are talking, and I was like, I just muted theirs, and I'm like, I'll type in the chat, and then I was
Well,
like,
right now they're talking about
But-
One Punch Man. Apparently,
I
the
can
latest
absolutely
episode's
talk
got
about
like has a 1.6 rating on IMDb.
Well, yeah, the
1.6?
animation sucks.
A
Yeah.
1.6.
that's some bullshit. Do you think the animation sucks on that?
They got lazy. Let's just
Yeah,
say that.
Yeah,
on
lazy.
on which one?
One Punch Man season 3. Apparently, they got lazy to the point to where
Oh,
it
I haven't
looked
seen
rushed.
season 3.
Yeah, and they also hired hentai artists. Look, if they're good at the job, it doesn't matter. But when you have to outsource it to hentai artists,
I didn't even know
slash animators.
season 3 dropped, so I haven't watched it. But that sucks. That sucks. to
Season
hear.
3 started in October. I was hoping to see it on Crunchyroll, but for some reason they weren't streaming it. So
Oh.
probably
Well,
because of money.
Anyways, guys, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. I mean, gee, we're just shy of 4 hours here. I think that's pretty good. I think that's
Yeah,
pretty
it
good.
is. It is.
It's not
yeah.
too bad. Not too bad. It's always lovely talking to you guys. Stacey Gardner, man, what do you got coming up, man? I know you do gaming streams and whatnot. Go ahead and let the people know where they can find you and what you got coming up next.
you can find me over at my channel, which is by my name, Stacey Gardner. I got a new episode of Ultra Street Fighter 4 coming out tomorrow. I also got a poll for the next week's fighter. So if there's a fighter you want to see, just go to my post section on my channel and vote for one of the 4 fighters. I have the next episode of Fairy Tale ready to go for Sunday, and I will be live streaming Mortal Kombat 2 on Sunday night.
That's
Right
wonderful,
on. So you
man.
got some Street Fighter coming up. You got some Mortal Kombat. Go ahead and go to Stacey Gardner's channel. Go vote for that new character. He will actually oblige that. He will actually respond to you. I swear he will. He will. He will.
Yeah,
He'll do it.
Stacy's the man.
You absolutely will. He's doing good work out there. Like there's a lot of people out here. There's a lot of us that, like, sure, we got smaller channels and everything, but it's like, dude, when people show up, you know what we do? We show love to the people that show up, and we love to see you guys show up, and we love to talk to you, and we would like to hear more input from you. The more input, the better, whether it's likes, obviously, hopefully some subscriptions. That's always great. Comments are also very welcome, whether positive and, in my opinion, negative. Go ahead and leave negative comments. It's all good. It's all good. Just leave comments in general. Be like, I hate this guy. I'll be here next week. That'll be amazing. I love those kind of comments. That'll be great. But yes, go check out Stacy Gardner. You'll see him in a bunch of chats, especially if you follow DA, myself, maybe Rockefeller, a couple other people that are in this sphere. Some of us don't always go live as much as we'd like to, but when we do, we love to see all you people. And because you guys are great. You make our day. You make our nights. You make us want to come and talk to you. It's awesome. And King Style, what do you got going on? I know you're still working on it, but
I'm still working on it.
I still got to find you over at MSK's channel, and I know
I'm on MSK's. I'm just gonna say there's a lot of when we go off the air, I'm just gonna something came up.
He's gonna go off. I'm gonna record it all and send it all to everybody.
but I have that. Depending on the situation, I might or might not be on certain things because whatever happened, that I'm not going to go into full details right now.
It's not confirmed yet. So, King Style might have some secrets.
But I'm going to, if you do a show tomorrow, Syfaxx, I'm definitely going to be
on. If I do, it's going to be much later than I normally do one because I do have a date tomorrow. So I'm going to go on a date.
Well, good luck with that.
Yeah, good luck, man.
Yeah.
If you do a show, I'll stop by, and then my other friend, Foulmouth Ken's going to do a show on Saturday later on. So,
right on. And as always, you can catch me here, Syfaxx, usually on Wednesdays, and I think Fridays till the end of the year. I think I'm going to start doing them Friday nights because Friday nights, as much as you think that'd be the night to go out, it's usually more Saturdays of the night to go out. So I might start doing the Sci-Frycast type of deal instead of Saturdays, or maybe both or all of them, depending on the news that comes out. Or if people just want to hang out and shoot the shit, because usually the Sci-Cast is a bunch of us just hanging out, shooting the shit, because I want to talk to, I don't know, all my friends on the internet. I love you guys. You guys are amazing.
It's basically Wayne's World.
Yeah, it's just like, hey, if anybody has topics, anybody wants to talk about, hey, let's do it. Like, I mean, we've got 10 people watching. Awesome, amazing, fucking fan goddamn tastic. It's amazing out here.
It's spectacular.
But
amen.
Yes, and then it'll be leading up to the beginning of the year, which will be, I think. Well, I know a few of us are going to MegaCon. I don't know if any of you guys are. I'm trying to save up money for it. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be able to make it, and I really want to go out there and meet a bunch of the people that I've talked to online. Angel, Rockefeller. Hopefully he can make it. Other people, and we'll see what happens from there. Plus, usually I go to Vegas every year, so instead of going to Vegas, let's go to Florida instead. Why not? I've only been there once, and it was for like an hour and a half. So why not go check it out properly and go hang out for a few days with some people that I want to go hang out with. So that'll be fun. If you guys like this kind of content and whatnot, also go check out, obviously, DA, Derek Anderson at the DA's office. He's also live right now talking about some anime. Go check him out. More than likely, a lot of you guys came from there. Go check him out, though. And yes, with that being said, I will leave you with a song, and then we'll be out of here. And then I will talk to you all later. Yeah, well, I'll be here in just a second, about 2 minutes. See you there. Bye. Later.
Whiskey lead a wandering soul to heaven's watering hole. I'll drink to forget a memory, but hell's got dead.